1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Club at number 19 Park Street, West Roxbury.
Drift down Hi, you're watching the movie canon. Watch Gio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is Figures Talk, episode number 6. And we have a stacked panel tonight. A couple of collectors here have been here before, and we have 2 new collectors who are making their debut on the Movie Canon YouTube channel and on Figures Talk. But before we start bringing them in, the few things that we're going to talk about here today is the Hot Toys news that we've heard throughout the week. We have the Sideshow figure, the Pennywise, the Tim Curry from the It TV series / movie. So we'll talk about that briefly there. We have the Scarlet Witch Hot Toy figure that was released this week. And then the Gorr figure from Thor and Love and Thunder. And then we have the announcements that we got from the Mandalorian Super Commando figure. We'll talk about that. There are 2 new members for tonight. They're going to play Keep, Gift, or Destroy. I'll give them some details as to how they can play in just a bit here. And we're doing our Fantasy Figure Zone. And also 2 of our newest members for tonight for the Canon Council, as I like to call when I have my guests either on this show or on my movie show, The Met Report. They're going to play the Figures Talk matchup because we're trying to get to Danny Spochka, the champion, because somebody needs to at least try to take over Danny's spot there if he can, if someone can, right? So we'll see about that. But let me go and introduce my panel, my Canon Council, as we call it here. For the 6th time, and he has yet to miss this, Mr. Yomo is joining us here yet again. Thank you so much for being here. Yomo, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, doing pretty good. Excited to be on, as always. I appreciate you inviting me on again for the 6th time. Love being here. Love talking it up with you guys. So super excited. I'm glad I can sit back and enjoy the matchup tonight. So I'm excited to see that because I don't think I'll be dethroning anytime soon. But I'm excited. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely, Yomo. And then what's that figure that you have there in the back?
Oh, so this is a giveaway that I got. Shout out to Shane, 16 Figure Focus, and Ian, Agent Silver Fox. I got this as a giveaway for their 1,000 subscriber. It is the Winter Soldier from Civil War. Loving it. I just pulled it out the box this week, so I got him hanging out with me tonight.
Very nice, very nice. My next guest and the current Figures Talk champion, Mr. Danny Spochka. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me back on again, Gio, and good to see you again, Zach. And thank you, by the way, for the wise, kind words. Thinking you're not going to dethrone me, but I have a really strong feeling that someone's going to dethrone me soon. I have a feeling it's coming soon. Like it's going to be like a Game of Thrones style death, man. I know I'm going to get taken out probably next time. I can already see it happening.
Hopefully not as violent as Game of Thrones. But thank you for being here, Danny, again, the champion, as I mentioned already here. But very excited to have you guys come back. And then we have 2 new members for tonight's council. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Mr. Bloomer in his debut. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Movie Canon, Yomo, of course, Spachka, my bros already. It's awesome honor to be here on the panel with my brothers, of course, and getting to meet you, of course, Gio.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into this, man. This is an interesting format, and no one's really doing this like this here in our space. So I'm very, very excited to see what comes of us tonight. So again, hope everybody out in the chat is having a good Sunday evening, and hopefully we can bring some energy as we get ready to go back into the work week.
Oh yeah. Are you ready to play these games, Bloomer?
Yeah, excited to see how I'll fare in this friendly competition, if you will. So yeah, excited.
All right, we'll do that in just a bit here. And our last member for tonight, also in his debut on the Movie Canon YouTube channel and on Figures Talk, we have Mr. Justin. How you you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. Well, I was excited till Danny was talking about it turning into Game of Thrones. I'm a little. Maybe I should have took you up on reading the rules to me, man, because I don't know what I'm getting into, but I'm excited. We'll see.
It's a brutal game, bro. I'm just letting you know.
Just got secretly stabbed in the neck somehow at one point.
Right.
Thank you so much for being here, Justin. All you guys, really appreciate that you guys are spending time here. You know, you could be doing something else, but you're doing it here on my channel. Greatly appreciate it. This show would not be anywhere near as decent or good if you guys aren't on here. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Gio.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring in. I'm gonna have get into the chat real quick here. Give me just a moment here. So I see a few comments in there already. So let's begin here. The first one is Mr. Austin Nicholas saying, "Let's go. I want to be entertained."
What's up, Austin?
There you go. Thank you so much for being here, Austin. You've been on my Figures Talk show, I think since I started it. So you're always here. So thank you so much for that. How you figure saying hello to Mr. Austin Nicholas. Let's see here. Brick Artemis saying, "Let's go." Mr. Brick Artemis is here watching us right now. Thanks so much for being here.
What's up, Brick?
Rob, greatly appreciate it. And then Brick has his Bugle 6 show tomorrow night, so make sure to check that one out. 6:30 Pacific time. Let's see here. Where'd you get that, Mr. Cody? Dropping by, saying hello. Hello there, Mr. Cody. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate that as well. Let's see. Rick Artemis says, "Good to see you, man. Was just watching your latest episode of Life. Lego built. Need that Home Alone set." Yeah, so I don't collect Lego, but I have one, and that's a Batmobile, the Keaton Lego that was gifted to me. I haven't opened it yet because I'm not really good at building stuff, but I have.
Is it like the small version, or is it like that big like UCS
It's
version?
the big one. It's the big one.
Oh, is that like the big black box version? Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So I have that, but yeah, I haven't built it yet. Maybe I'll keep it in the box, or maybe I'll try it sometime, or maybe I'll sell it. I don't know, but yeah, I have it.
Beauty, bro.
Mr. Christian Cooper saying, "What's up, boys?" Hello there, Christian Cooper. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate that. Let's saying hello to where'd you get that? Let's see. Break Artemis, dude, how you figure? You're always so supportive. Love it. Yeah, definitely, Justin. I see you on everyone's stream. You're very supportive on everyone's show. So we do appreciate that. Saying what's up to everyone there. Just saying hello there to Yobo.
What's up?
All right, so we got that. Let's see. Miss Debbie Restelli saying hi. Hello there, Miss Debbie Restelli. Thanks so much for being here. You always on my show, so you're here again. So thank you so much for that. Very appreciative of your support. So thank you so much there. Let's see here. Austin Nicholas saying, "Love this whole panel." So yes, thank you so much, Austin. I'm glad that you're here with us, watching us in the chat. What's up, Mr. Austin? Renz Tolentino says, "Good evening, everyone." Hello there, Mr. Renz Tolentino. Thank you so much for being here. Also greatly appreciative that you are here. Thank you so much. Let's see. Rick Armin says, "Dude, that set is worth money." Yeah, I've looked into that, but I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. But oh, I need it, says Brick. Okay, so Brick needs that Batmobile, that Keaton Lego. Let's see, what's up, Ren Solentino? Brick saying, what's a good looking, what a good looking panel tonight. So thank you so much, Brick. Good evening, sir. How you figure? Just saying hi to How You Figure, Justin. Lucifer dropping by. Evening, guys. Hello there, Mr. Lucifer, or maybe Miss Lucifer. I'm not entirely sure, but thank you for being here. Really appreciate you being here. Christian Cooper to Austin. Doing good, bro. Been binge watching the X-Men movies again.
Nice.
Miami's Nemesis. What's up, everyone? Thank you, Miami's Nemesis. Also see you on the chat all the time. Very excited that you're here with us. Thank you so much. Also saying I just finished them all. All right. So I think we're all caught up with the chat. So let's go ahead and move on to the first topic that I want to talk about here today. This first topic was not in my description of the video. I decided to add this in the last minute. It's not going to take that long. I just had to include it. And I had to include it because we just watched, a lot of us already saw Dune Part 2 over the weekend. I saw it a week ago, last Sunday. That's why I didn't do a show a week ago, because I was watching the early screening of this movie. And I did my non-spoiler review on my movie show, the Met Report. And this is an absolute masterful of a film. Denis Villeneuve making an amazing series, a 2-film series there, and now he's going to work on the third one, Dune Messiah. It's a great film. While I was watching the beginning of this movie, Dune Part 2, what crossed my mind was, I need figures from Dune. Mm-hmm. And they had already teased, INART had already teased this figure that you see right here, Paul Atreides. I think it was months ago. It's not ready for pre-order or anything like that yet, but I'm ready for it. So I'm ready for this Paul Atreides figure and some other Dune characters, either from the first one, and hopefully they'll get the second one as well, because Austin Butler's character, which I forget the villain's name, Fod Rotha or something like that. He was amazing in this movie, so I want his figure, and hopefully we get some kind of announcement, either INART go ahead and has this for pre-order, or maybe Hot Toys. I don't know if Hot Toys has a license or not to do this. So I need these figures, and hopefully they announce them soon. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the latest Dune movie. Have any of you guys seen it? Oh, none of you guys have seen it?
No, I was supposed to go today, but I'll probably try to go this week or something, like after work.
Oh, okay.
Try to check it out. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, like I said, this was just like a last minute thing to include this, but I just had to talk about it real quick. There's no new information about it. It's still a tease. Hopefully they'll go ahead and put them up for pre-order there.
I've seen the first one and I'm excited. I mean, I agree with you. Even from the first one, I wanted a lot of figures from that movie. So hopefully with the success of the box office, maybe they start putting up some more figures for pre-order and start announcing some more.
Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for now. So it's like, okay, now I want this Paul Atreides. And before I wasn't really thinking about it yet. But after watching the second one, I was like, no, I definitely need that. But let's see here. Let me just get into the live chat real quick here one more time. Christian Cooper says, now I really want that Wolverine hot toy. Because you've been watching those X-Men movies, right? Anyone on the panel have him?
Are you talking about Wolverine?
The Wolverine hot toy? Yeah. I mean, you have that 1973 one, right? Yuma?
Yeah, let me grab him. I got him right here.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah. So he has that one. Wasn't that your first pre-order, Zach?
So it was the one that brought me into the movie. Definitely. It wasn't my first. I kind of waited till it like blue screened to pick it up, but yeah, definitely. I think it might have been one of my first ones that did actually pre-order, but not actually. My first one that I bought was Captain America. This one was the first one that I pre-ordered, but I waited until it blue screened on Sideshow, or it was about to go.
Okay.
So.
Then Christian Cooper asking, Yomo, what do you think of him?
I love it. I love it, man. I'm a huge Jackman fan. I know we're definitely gonna be getting some for the Deadpool 3, so it just depends on if you want this one as well, or if you want to hold off for that.
All right, yeah. Daryl Smith Jr. saying happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Daryl Smith. They were saying I'm watching Dune Part 1 right now to refresh my memory for Part 2. All right, and then we have Justin talking to Christian Cooper and Austin. What's your favorite X-Men movie? So many good ones. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so like I said, this was just like a last minute thing to just include this little Dune Part 2 section here.
I think this is really cool. I saw the first one. I'm planning to see the second one, but I don't know if the second one might win me over. Maybe I'll have more interest in collecting it. But I think this, for what they showed with the prototype, it looks excellent. I think they'll have a lot of interest if come out with these soon.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the first one, the very first one that I actually had scheduled and set to talk about today, and this is the Pennywise Sideshow figure, 1/6 scale, Tim Curry from the movie, the TV series movie. I'm gonna get into the little TV movie figure file that I do when I do this on the show. So we have the TV movie, which aired between November 18th through the 20th, 1990, network ABC. Rotten Tomato score, the reception, 68% of the critics out of 25 reviews, 64% of the audience liked the movie or the series, or however you want to consider that. Over 100,000 reviews there. And so this is the figure that we have now. It's not ready for pre-order yet. I mean, I'm a big horror fan. I don't know how many of you guys are big horror fans in the panel there, but I definitely gonna pre-order this one. I think it looks really, really good here. They haven't showed that many pictures. I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3 photos of this figure. And as soon as that one goes up for pre-order, I will be placing that order there. I already have the Bill Skarsgård from the It movie from 2017. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting this one here. Are any of you guys, actually, let me go to you first, Justin. I think you're a horror fan, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
Were you considering picking this one up?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is the one that, I mean, I don't have the Skarsgård Pennywise, but this is the one that I remember when I was a kid, like this was like a TV movie. It was like a huge event, and it was like I mean, for kids that grew up watching this one, man, this was some nightmare fuel. So I'm excited to have this on the shelf. I think Tim Curry I mean, I think the longer this movie goes, like the more iconic that performance gets. Like it's just a great performance by him. And I know a lot of people, I don't own a Sideshow horror figure, but since they're the company that seems to make the most of these, I have the NECA figure of this, and that's a great figure. But I'm excited to get this in 6 scale. So again, I'm just gonna, probably gonna pick up a few of these Sideshow horror figures. I got a few of them on pre-order right now, like the Beetlejuice and the David from Lost Boys. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping they continue to make these and the quality gets better.
Yeah, I have the Michael Myers Sideshow figure, and I love it. I have it somewhere down there. And I know they've made some other ones like Freddy and Ghostface and Leatherface, all of them. Yeah. And the only one that I gotten so far is the Michael Myers. Wasn't for my lack of trying, because they're kind of sold out, but or they're actually very expensive if you try to get them in the second market or whatever. But this one I am planning on getting. And then Danny, I know you're also a horror fan, so what are your thoughts on this figure?
Yeah, man, I'm big on horror. Pennywise though has never really been too big for me. Like I have enjoyed like the miniseries movie, and I enjoyed the It Chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 2 not so much, but like Tim Curry's performance is iconic, but it's not like a figure or character that I need in the collection. I have this Sideshow Michael Myers like you, and I think it's phenomenal. And Sideshow knows really how to knock it out of the park when it comes to their horror figures. Austin has the Trick or Treat Studios Sam. Oh, not Trick or Treat Studio. Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios Sam, which I think is like on par with the same quality as these. So if you have this paired up with that, paired up with like a Leatherface, I think it would look really nice in the display. Or hell, even put this up with Art the Clown. I think that'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, man, Tim Curry figures. This is an obvious pick up for like people like Austin or Justin. So not for me though.
Okay, and then Zach, you're not a big horror fan, right? Just in general.
Yeah, not too big on horror. Actually, I'd seen the Skarsgård ones, the first one and second one. This one I never watched until this week. I looked for it and found it on Tubi. It had like a day left, so I watched half of it. One and then the other half later in the day. So overall, I like the film. I think the figure looks exactly like how it did in the movie, so I think it's excellent. I think if you if you love this character and you're a huge fan of the movie, it should be I think it's a no-brainer. It looks awesome, and I'm really impressed with some of the stuff that Sideshow is coming out with. The only Sideshow figure that I have is it is a horror one. I have the Jason Voorhees.
Oh, you do have that one. Okay.
So, yeah, I think that figure. There's not a whole lot to it, and you can't take the mask off, but still, I think it's an awesome looking figure, and this is fantastic. I'm excited to see how it comes out, and excited to see people actually get it that actually love this film. So.
I especially like this photo right here, this shot. I especially like that one there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Bloomer, I'm not sure. Are you a horror fan at all?
I do enjoy horror films. I'll watch them. I'll enjoy them. I wouldn't consider myself like a horror fan, like tracking all this stuff and diving into the lore, if you will, and all kind of the stuff that surrounds these films as well. I wouldn't consider myself that. But I am more intrigued. In terms of Sideshow and what they've been doing lately with their own figure announcements. They have been, as we know, they've been hit or miss, mostly miss with, I won't say not necessarily scopes, but they'll be hit or miss with the bodies for sure. And that's across the line. That is what I've heard from a lot of Sideshow figures. Take it from me, I still own the Darth Vader. I used to own the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi one that they did. The sculpt was subpar, but everything that came with it was pretty cool. But the bodies themselves, they needed a level up, if you will. And I think that's kind of where my concern is with these figures, just looking at them objectively, is, if my friends are going to buy these, I hope that the bodies have an improvement. If my friends are going to display these, I hope that they can, pose them up to whatever, wherever way they want to pose them up, pose this figure and get that look. Can you get this look? Can you achieve some of the things that you've seen on screen with just through how the body can articulate? So that is probably the number one thing that I'm probably concerned about. Because I would love to see them, tackle some other things as far as Sideshow is concerned that might be of interest to me. And, if that, if the pendulum swings my way one day, I'm hoping that, they take all of this experience that they're getting from this stuff and translate into that hypothetical figure, if you will.
Yeah. I haven't had any issues with the Michael Myers Sideshow figure that I have, but I do have the General Grievous Sideshow figure. Yeah, exactly.
I heard you just blow on that thing and it will just fall apart.
It's in my office. It's in my office right now, but I have it leaning against like all these things so it doesn't like fall. But
You know, I've been hearing that about the Star Wars figures have their own issues, but I heard from people like Austin and the people that have a lot of the Sideshow horror figures that the bodies on those are better than the ones that they had for the Star Wars ones. So again, I think it's one of those ones where, to Bloomer's point, I'm concerned about that too, especially with like the price point that these are coming in at. Right. These are like the same price as a hot toy, so.
I give them kudos though. The sculpts look great. The Lost Boys sculpt. This sculpt, right? These look great. Even that Jack Russell from Once Upon a Time in China. That is, I always say that when I see that is an unusually great sculpt from Sideshow, because you'll see something and it's like, okay, I see that. That's not not Hot Toys, but yes, one of just unusually great sculpt from Sideshow.
There you go. That's Michael Myers right there. That's Sideshow one.
Danny, what do you think? What do you think about it? Like, what do you think that do you have one of the Star Wars to compare that to? Like, is that a lot better of a figure than they have of the Star Wars ones?
No, but when I was at Austin's, I've seen like his Sideshow figures and like, I mean, hell, at other stores we were going to, I've seen like the Star Wars figures that they were doing, and it seems like the bodies on those are like equivalent to like almost like old school GI Joes, you know?
Oh, wow.
But these, I would say it's like honestly very similar quality of a body to like Mando Luke. It's what it feels like in the hand, right? It's light, but it's not too light. If it's the same quality as this, it'll be a quality figure for sure.
Yeah, good. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. And then I think it was you, Justin, who brought up the price that Sideshow charges for these figures. And that is a bit concerning because it is almost like a hot toy. Like that Beetlejuice, that 2.0, wasn't it like $280 or something like that? So it's getting to that $300 mark, and it's not a hot toy. So you know,
and somebody said it in the comments, like, I can't remember who it was, but they asked about the accessories. That's the other thing. The David comes with a few accessories, a few different face plates, like the noodle or the worms and all that. I think I saw a picture where he's holding balloons in this one. So again, I don't know what other accessories might come with it, but some balloons I think do come with this one. But yeah, I'm kind of with Danny, what he said earlier. Like, this is a movie that has more nostalgia for me for like, it was like one of those event movies that were on, I saw it's ABC Network. It was kind of like a 2-night event or whatever. So I don't really rewatch this one a lot. This is one where the performance and the character is like bigger than the movie. Like if somebody was to watch the movie for the first time today, it's a bit campy. It's a bit, it's not that great, to be honest with you, but the performance is like
ponytail, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the campiest part of that movie.
Yeah.
Let's look at the chat real quick here. Let's see, where are we?
There's somebody said something about the base, and I'm like, that might be pushing it when it comes to Sideshow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
What does the base look like? I haven't seen the base, Bloomer.
No, I'm just saying in general, from what I got with my two Star Wars figures, them things was rectangular black boxes with the Star Wars stamp at the bottom. Like, who's gonna see that?
See,
have they actually shown the base for this? Because they haven't really showed that many photos.
I don't think this figure has gotten the full red carpet rollout yet.
Right. Yeah. So it only has
the best comp for this would be the Lost Boys figure. If you wanted to take a look, I'm just not quite sure.
And the Beetlejuice looks like, correct me if I'm wrong if somebody knows, but the Beetlejuice one just looks like it's going to be a patch of grass. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure because I checked on their site or on their website, and I don't remember even them showing the base in the pictures. I don't know what they're doing for the base for the Beetlejuice, but I remember seeing it in like the video promo for it. So.
Yeah, when they did that promo, they were putting him in like the graveyard, and it looked really cool. And then when they had him, I think they had him in hand on that live stream, and they showed him, and it was just a little patch of grass. So, like Bloomer said, man, I wouldn't hold out hope. I don't think for the. I think the price is going up, maybe because of licensing, if I had to guess, because this isn't like a Ghostface or Mike Myers where they're using the same mask or whatever. They're probably having to deal with actors' likeness and all that different stuff. So that's the only thing I could think of why the figures.
They're still having to pay for that likeness, right? Because Ghostface is a Fun World, and then Michael Myers is
good point.
Your Max or whatever, whoever owns the rights now. So with this, I'm like, with the price going up, because back in the day when Michael Myers was coming out, that was like what, 190, around 200 flat retail. So now this being 290, I don't know about y'all. Like with Black Adam's release, I'm expecting more dynamic bases, right? For the kind of prices we're paying for these $300+.
Yeah.
You might as
For
well be
sure.
getting a cool bit like this. This should easily come with like a, I don't know, like a little, what's the thing called on the dummy right now? What the drainage pipe or something, like a little part of the street, or like a hole with like a missing kid poster on it or something. Do something creative with it, you know?
Yeah.
290's pushing it, man.
Yeah, no, I agree, Danny.
Definitely.
And plus,
definitely.
there's Sideshow, and they, you know, I think this was like a talking point maybe a couple months ago, and someone was saying like Hot Toys is not even their main like income. Like their main income is like they get it from statues. Like that's where they put most of their like probably they put most of their energy in is statues at Sideshow. So it's quite interesting when they come over to the 6 scale format and they're trying to compete with people that they work with in terms of pricing, right? In space, because we all got limited space, so that Beetlejuice that you're gonna pick up means that that's a less trooper or one less superhero or one less main character from a movie that you love. Like that's really what it boils down to. And it's quite interesting to see how they operate, and they say, "Oh, 290." And it's like, damn, like, shit, like, can y'all start off with like 30? Because again, this is from the perspective of somebody that missed the whole Clone Wars and Phantom Menace wave that Sideshow did years ago. You know, I wasn't even in high school when they was dropping those figures. Please understand that as a caveat, but it's just, I don't know, I'm intrigued with how they've been kind of making this horror line, and you know, are people going to agree with those prices when there's other options elsewhere?
Yeah, Danny brought up that good point with the because I always know with like the Ghostface stuff, like if I'm getting shirts or whatever and they're licensing those out, says Ghostface. It's not Scream, you know, it's Ghostface licensing. So that was a good point, Danny, on the different masks, still having to deal with the licensing. And horror's kind of weird with that. I know they always have like rights issues with, I know the Friday the 13th game had all those, they had to basically take that down because of the issues with that. And
oh yeah, dude, we were robbed.
Yeah, so it's just
I used to play the
interesting.
hell out of that game.
Yeah, dude, it was incredible, man. And all I could base it on, I don't have a 6 scale like horror. I have a ton of the horror NECA figures, and they seem to do a really good job with those releases. So I'm hoping that they take a page out of what they're doing and kind of start doing more and more releases. And I think we can all agree, if like they start producing really good figures, that just kind of helps us as a consumer, because now there's competition within the space, you know. And so so
I'm liking these like one-off obscure ones though. I'm hoping that they branch out and do like more recent horror films, like Jordan Peele films, or do more recent slashers. You know, do something, do more one-offs like this, because I do think
dude, some Us figures.
Dude, Us, dude, that would be cool. The dude from Get Out with his chair would be sick.
Hashtag other shit. That's all I get, you know.
Yeah, because Hot Toys is not going to make those horror projects. They're going
to crunch the numbers, especially on stuff like that. They're going to crunch the numbers. They're going to be like, that's not going to make the money that we'd like.
Right.
That is the key word right there. The money that we'd like, not just because we want to do it for the art, put it out because that would complete people's experience with the collection. It's the money that we'd like to make on that specific figure.
Great point.
I just hope it sells pretty well though. That way we can get more one-offs, like hashtag random shit. Give me some Strangers figures. You know, give me all the slashers, man. I want to see them.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, man. 100%. I'm with both y'all on that. Yeah,
definitely. Where'd you get that? Says that Pennywise is fire. Lucifer saying, have they shown any accessories? And I think that's what we mentioned. You mentioned just right the balloons. I think I saw the balloons when they first teased it.
Yeah.
They had like some balloons. I'm guessing it's probably going to be an accessory. Hopefully, it wasn't just for show, but it might come with some balloons. It is Pennywise after all, right? So
he might come with a shovel.
Debbie Restelli saying Pennywise scares the shit out of me. So there you go.
Right.
Let's see. Christian Cooper, or at Christian Cooper, as great as I think DOFP is, I think my all-time favorite is X2, X-Men United.
Yeah, we were talking about little X-Men in the chat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and with Deadpool and Wolverine coming, I feel like everybody's going to have X-Men on the brain this year. I think it's going to be a big year and the animated show, and Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Bricks Artemis saying I'm looking into this one for sure. So that's another person interested in this one right here. Lucifer saying also a cool base would be nice, right? So that's what we're talking about. A man can dream, right? That's what Lucifer put there. Have they done Candyman? I don't think Sideshow has done Candyman, right?
There's a statue, I think.
Oh, a statue.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what?
I
I think I did see that. I think I
that
see the
statue looks pretty badass too. I don't do statues, but it looks good.
Yeah, I don't do those statues either.
I would love a Candyman figure though. That would be great. Every time I'm at a like horror convention or whatever, and Tony Todd's up there, like super cool dude. It seems, man. So I think that that would definitely be another like. And I'm with what Bloomer and Danny said, just to kind of close out my thoughts on it. I'm totally with them on one-off characters. Like that when this It comes out, I feel like this is probably your only opportunity for this character for a while. And so I'm with them on that. Like I want those type of figures. You know, I love the Star Wars, Marvel, all that stuff as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm with them on those one-off figures. I think that's a great idea.
There needs to be a market for it. I hear and see the sentiment. I don't know if it's growing or it's just more as I get more involved with our community, but I see that a lot. Is people want other things, stuff that's outside of that, you know. And there's a lot of talking points out there about, you know, the fact that we don't have a whole lot of, you know, stuff coming from the major IPs, if you will, this year. With Marvel, you know, we've got the Deadpool Wolverine movie, but, you know, there's still things up in the air for Star Wars, and just something airing for Star Wars. It's a show, but anything on the silver screen, you know, it's going to take some time for it. So.
Yeah,
this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this is going to be.
We have Dr. Oddity, Sideshow Collector, saying, "Hey, Movie Canon, hello there, Mr. Dr. Oddity. Thank you so much for being here." Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next one here, and this figure has been talked about a lot already because it came out like a week ago almost, and this is the Scarlet Witch from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Figure. So there's a few Scarlet Witch hot toy figures already, right? I'm not actually collecting MCU as much. I have one, and I have maybe like one other in pre-order. So I won't be picking this one up, at least not now, or any Scarlet Witch at this time. But the one that I probably would get is the Endgame one, the Artisan one. This one, you know, the head sculpt looks great. I know there was some issues with the WandaVision version of Wanda. This one looks like it's already better than that one. I know it has like all these like candles and things like that I believe they don't light up, if I'm not mistaken there. But I mean, I don't have any plans of picking her up, but I know a lot of collectors out there want this Wanda or the Scarlet Witch. And let me get into that movie figure file. So we have here this Scarlet Witch from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Came out on May 6, 2022. Studio distributor Marvel Studios. The perception of this movie, 73% of the critics gave it a positive review out of 460. And 85% of the audience gave it a positive review out of a little over 10,000 reviews there. And Justin, you're a fan of this Scarlet Witch figure?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Like, I wasn't planning on getting this one. The one I had pre-ordered was the one you were mentioning, the Endgame one. I had the sculpted pre-ordered because I didn't, you know, get the Artisan one in time. But this one came out and it looked so good that because I wasn't a huge fan of this movie, if I'm being totally honest. But again, it's one of those instances where I still want this character, because I feel like for Scarlet Witch representation on the shelf, like this is the essential Scarlet Witch that's come out so far. And I feel like the Wanda that's coming out for Endgame would be what I'd want to display with like my other, like, you know, original Avengers stuff. So that I plan on getting. But yeah, this figure looks phenomenal in my opinion. And so I had to pre-order it, and it wasn't until the blogger photos came out I made that call. So
Yeah, the movie itself, I was expecting. I mean, I don't know why. I was just expecting more out of the movie. I like the fact that Scarlet Witch Wanda was the villain of the film. I thought that was cool. Um, Now, like I mentioned earlier about the figure, like this head sculpt right here, like that looks like Elizabeth Olsen to me there. Um, she looks really really good here. But like I mentioned, if I were to get a Scarlet Witch, I think I would like the Endgame one, which I actually didn't even pre-order. But um, Bloomer, what are your thoughts on this figure?
Yeah, I really love it. It's a really fantastic iteration of Wanda. I do disagree with a lot of people saying that it's the quote unquote the Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
But I just feel like it's just evil Wanda. People like the Dark Edge version
I
to
see.
her, but if we go into comic book just look, because I know she started off kind of as a foil to a lot of Marvel characters, a lot of Marvel heroes. But if we just go off comic look, like this sleeves is she's all covered up. I just enjoy the WandaVision version because again, I love the shows that it's attached to, and then also I just love that that's more of like a heroic representation of Wanda. That's kind of what I wanted. When you get this, it's kind of stuck there in this evil enchantress witch kind of thing. I like that. I like my figures to have some sort of versatility if I can. But overall, with this, just looking at this figure in general, it looks fantastic. It looks like they took the WandaVision head sculpt and they made just some real good adjustments to it, added a better just overall paint application, and they really nailed their approach to Elizabeth Olsen here. So I think the figure is fantastic. I wish that the candles would have could light up some sort of way, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think this is a banger from Hot Toys once again.
Do you already have another version of Wanda?
Yes, I have the WandaVision one. I body swapped.
Oh, you do have
as
that
well,
one.
so,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right.
'Cause that's
Danny.
the only thing I can really say is that thing came out with the Valkyrie shoulders, so it was just like,
Oh, yeah.
but, like,
Yeah,
just
that's
body swap.
that's what I was referring to.
Did you
earlier,
swap it
that
for like a Fison body or something?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Danny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I'm with you, Justin. I wasn't a big fan of this movie, and I agree with you, Bloomer. I think WandaVision is a better representation of the character. I would say I prefer this look costume-wise. She looked pretty badass in the movie, but the movie itself was unfortunately pretty disappointing. In retrospect, it's just like such a weird like contrast from like WandaVision to like Multiverse of Madness, where she's just like pure evil, right? Like it was just like, what the hell, girl? Like,
It's like, did I miss a season of WandaVision?
Right.
This?
Like
What
you weren't this
happened?
down bad last time we saw you. What happened? Yeah. So I think that the whole evil thing was a little forced, but other than that, man, it's a good looking figure. I said on Copper Drop that I think everything looks good except for the hair. I think the hair could have added a few more sculpted lines in there, especially like in the sides, like the middle part there. I don't know, like a rooted version of this figure I think would have came out looking better. Had I been collecting MCU figures at the moment, I would probably pick this up, but it's just not for me. I am happy for the Wanda fans out there who are picking this up, but yeah.
There are many.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah. Yomo, what are your thoughts on this Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, so she is coming home.
Yeah.
Out of all the versions of Wanda and Scarlet Witch, this one and the WandaVision one were probably my favorite. Not one of my favorite characters, but this is one of my wife's favorites, and I would like to have her a little bit of a place in the collection and whatnot, since she has been accepting of it, and we do watch all these Marvel movies together. So she's a big fan of Wanda, Scarlet Witch. I asked her which version she would have wanted between this and the other two, the Endgame and the WandaVision, and she chose this one. And
Oh, okay.
I actually agreed with her. I thought this one was awesome. It looked awesome. The sculpt is great. The suit was great. We enjoyed the movie. So yeah, this one's coming home as soon as I can get it. I'll probably go deluxe. Like everybody, the candle is not light up is a little disappointing, but I do think overall it still looks like a pretty cool setup, and I can't wait to be able to get her in the collection.
Okay. All right. Did I miss anyone? Did anyone say something
No,
about the figure?
I was just going to add real quick that I agree with what Bloomer said about the evil Wanda thing. Like, I think that for me, it's like my favorite version of the character, honestly, is probably like Civil War Wanda. Like or Infinity War. You know, even Age of Ultron I liked. I'm kind of trying to give myself an excuse to pick up two. So I'm like, hey, this one's going to be the Scarlet Witch, and the other one's going to be Wanda. So that's how I'm going to get it on the shelf. But I like what Bloomer said about evil Wanda, and it's funny when I went and saw this, because I watched WandaVision as well. A little bit of it still felt like you missed some stuff. Like
exactly, I was in there with WandaVision in there, bro, and I'm like, exactly. I go and watch this. I'm like, well, okay, so what? Did I miss something? You know, because it just seemed like, okay, the arc happened, and then we ended somewhere on that arc that you expected to pick back up from with Multiverse of Madness, and then you pick back up on Multiverse of Madness. It's almost like you missed 2 or 3 years of this character's, progression. It just it felt jarring, and just in that sense alone.
Yeah, for sure.
Was it? Sorry, I was gonna ask. I remember towards the end of something. I can't remember if it was the show or a different movie, but I think that at the end there was like a credit scene of like something where it like showed her reading the Darkhold like very like briefly. That was the only thing I remember like going into it after the whole like WandaVision thing had happened. So
I still remember,
I don't know,
like the theater collectively going, huh? Like when she started just coming after America Chavez, like everybody was like, the what? Like, I thought this was a good guy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that's why I mentioned the Age of Ultron version, is because I still remember that tease at the end of I forget which movie it came after, but where it first showed her and Quicksilver. And I like her in that movie because she does, she's fighting the Avengers for a while, but it never feels like super evil. It's kind of like she's trying to, revenge on Tony Stark, and then obviously she becomes one of the team. So that's the kind of I'm with y'all 100%. I watched the show, but people that didn't watch the show and are just going into that movie based on the Marvel movies, they were probably completely lost. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. Her hero arc got taken from her. I think that's something that people are. That's kind of reason why I'm holding on to the WandaVision figure is like. That's probably the last time we'll see her in that essence, because it's done. Vision's dead. He's gone. Right? They're trying to. Well, the whole other version of him is around.
Where did he go?
Isn't that crazy how that's just been out in the open for years now, bro? Like, where is Vision? Like,
where did he go?
Right? Where did he go? Right?
Because he had all the memories of Vision. So, like, where the fuck is he? Like, bro,
I think the Eternals movie happened, and like a bunch of other stuff happened in between this time and Multiverse of Madness. Like, there's some like world bending shit happening. Vision, you just over there writing
out of the earth. Where is Vision, bro? Come on.
Yeah. And then that one Celestial that pops up at the end of Eternals.
Come on, man.
What happened to that?
Yeah, is somebody gonna fucking investigate this?
I know, right?
Who knows?
Bloomer, is that your favorite version of Wanda? Is the WandaVision, like, just from a live action? Is that your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, if we would be honest, really, like, the comic book interpretation of it, then no more mutants, if you will. But live action, of course, I think that one just paired with all of the. The 50s and the 60s, even the 70s sitcom dramas, and then pairing that, I think that just was a great pairing for me, and I was really excited. And also on top of that, that show didn't come with baggage because it was our first Disney Plus show. So we weren't like, oh man, you're gonna get like, it was just like, what is this going to be like, right? So I kind of think back on that experience as well, and that's the kind of reason why that's driven me towards this figure in itself. But I'd be a fool to say that this isn't a better offering for a figure in someone's collection than this multiverse of madness. Even with the fake candles or fall candles, if you will, you still get that. You still get this like interesting energy swirling, Scarlet energy piece here as well. So it's like a lot of stuff. Then you even get the Darkhold that was a part of the WandaVision figure. So you get a few things as an add-on as well as an addition to that package. So I think it's just a no-brainer when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But sure. I explained my reason, and if you have a reason like me, you understand.
Yeah,
man. Well, it's also good to hold on to that figure. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, and I think that the comics. That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep making sure I'm saying live at, because the comics is a whole different. I love the whole story with her and Vision and that too. But real quickly, I think that they're probably doing Agatha figure also, because I know they're doing that Agatha show. So that WandaVision figure is going to be great to pair with that as well if they end up releasing.
Yeah. I it's interesting that they're putting a lot of stock into her. I guess they saw how people reacted to Agatha all along, and they're like, we can make some money off this shit.
Out of me, they're putting more effort and energy into Agatha and versus Blade. Come on, Marvel. This is
that's right.
Well, I think the reasons why Blade and that whole direction, all that behind the camera drama has kind of forced Feige and them to kind of figure out, all right, how do we pivot from this? Us getting Fantastic Four and seeing them, I don't think that was just by coincidence. I think now it's timely. We had an actor that just went through some certain legal troubles, and that has now concluded. And then a couple months later, boom. You know what I mean? Like, none of this is all, especially when it comes to Disney and Marvel, none of this is all just coincidence. Like, they, even when stuff surprises them, they find a way to pivot and surprise us, quote unquote, if you will.
We have where'd you get that saying where's Vision? So we're talking about
hell shit.
You don't know what the hell
on him, man. Tell us.
Right. All right, so moving on to the next one here. So this is another release. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Oh, there you go. So we have Gorr, Christian Bale portraying the villain. When I first heard that Christian Bale was going to join the MCU, I was excited. He's a great actor, and I was like, well, I don't think Christian Bale would do just anything, right? Unless something was really good. I watched the movie Thor: Love and Thunder, and while I didn't hate it, it was definitely not a good film. And then I would say that the best part of Thor: Love and Thunder is Christian Bale's Gorr. So when they announced this release, I wasn't really that excited about it. I mean, I hadn't pre-ordered him or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not really collecting MCU at the moment, but here we are. And then I've seen the figure, the photos and things like that, and there's some things that I don't like about it. I mean, the head sculpt I think is great. It looks like the character in the film. I have those joints in there, which I don't really like for a hot toy. I mean, I'm okay if it's a Mondo figure, but for some reason, when there's like a hot toy figure and it has a head sculpt like this that looks really, really good, and then we still have that kind of, I usually don't really like that. Our tastes
have changed, and this is nothing to fault you or fault anyone here on the panel or anyone in the chat, but our tastes have changed, because I go and look at a figure that's being reviewed 10 years ago, and they have these joints, and we're like, oh my god, like, it is all.
See, I've been collecting for only a year, so I've only been seeing, like seamless arms and all this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We all have different entrance points into this hobby.
Yeah.
And so I'm right there with you in terms of this is like now going on my second year. And so I've seen, rolling eyeballs is now a thing that used to be a thing where it was a DX thing, right? It was a deluxe thing. Now it's like INART came along and they showed their figures off. And then now Hot Toys wants to play ball, and almost every figure that's been announced in 2023 has rolling eyeballs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
and-
even see Hot Toys fans saying we want seamless, rooted hair.
Right. and now if we get any new figures that don't have that now.
Exactly. I was just
Now
gonna say
we're
we
like,
don't have that.
what?
It's a problem. Huh? What are y'all doing? Lazy. Here we go. I'm buying an art. I'm like, damn.
I'll wait for it.
All
Alright.
the taste is we've gotten the taste of some of these really
Yeah.
cool premium products, and now they're chasing that high, right?
Yeah,
we talk about
exactly.
it being addictive. People are always trying to chase that high, right? That euphoric high that they got from the first figure. I'm here to tell you, that shit ain't happening again. You'll get high, but you'll never get that high, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Entering the movie figure file. So Thor: Love and Thunder released on July 8th, 2022. Distributor Marvel Studios. The perception, Rotten Tomato score, 63% of the critics out of 447 reviews gave a positive review of the film. The general audience, 76% of them, a little over 10,000 of them, gave it a positive review. The worldwide box office of this film was $760.9 million. And I think ultimately this movie wasn't really received as well. Overall, I definitely was not received as well as Ragnarok. So like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't a huge fan of the movie. Like I've seen worse MCU movies, especially after that. But I just wasn't a huge fan of the film itself in general. But I could acknowledge that the figure itself looks really, really good. The head sculpt, anyway, as I already talked about. The
Marvel is reinventing how we use the term mid, because there's levels to mid now, and it's hard to discern what is this is okay, and then this is like mid, right? And this is like, okay, this is dog water. This is like horse shit, right? Like they are recontextualizing how we even see average movies.
Yeah.
Like we just saw Multiverse of Madness. We just saw the numbers breakdown. That did worlds better than this, right? That movie almost touched $1 billion.
Right,
And this couldn't even touch what that did. And we were looking at Multiverse of Madness like, that could have been better.
That was in the same year. That was only within a couple months of them coming out.
Yeah.
Could have helped this one. This is a Disney Plus, straight to Disney Plus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I could not get with how they kind of, I guess, and I might be taking it a little too seriously, a little dramatically, but it felt like they kind of were making fun of cancer. It was kind of like putting cancer in a comedic light, if you will. And Jane Foster's whole character is her trying to survive that, right? And that being a harrowing experience, and her using Mjolnir to kind of fight that off, to ward that off. But death is always looming over this character.
Yeah.
And for them to kind of do it in the way that they did, and also the moment in which she receives the power, you cut away from it. You literally see her go through that tour at Asgard, or what's left of Asgard, and you see her looking at Mjolnir, and then it cuts away. And then the next time we see her, Thor's there, and they're fighting in New Asgard, and he's like, "Who the hell is this?" And we're all in the movie like, "Who the hell is this?" Like, they just, I don't know, man, they fumbled it.
So I could assume you're not picking this up, Bloomer?
Hell no, I might take that scope though. Now, my man's at Toy Anxiety. I hope that they go and get this and part it out. It would be fun to put this on my DX19 and just say fuck it,
I was hoping that Bloomer was going to go through that whole thing, and then when you said, "Are you getting it?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I already got it pre-ordered." 100%.
That's why I asked him, like, "Well, you're not getting this, right?" So,
hell, man, the scope looks great, but it's just,
yeah.
I'm down on all the figures for Love and Thunder. Now, if they did other stuff, I know they did other stuff in other movies, but I got a limited space and limited collection, so I really only have one Thor, so that's kind of how I'm rocking right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like they doubled down on for me with the movie, it's like they doubled down on the wrong stuff. It's like what made Ragnarok so good to a lot of people is it was fresh, and then they just kind of doubled down on all that, and it was just too much. And plus, coming off of Endgame with Thor, Plus, I think some people thought there'd be more Guardians, like a matchup or mashup.
That's
with
what I
those
was, because when I saw the first promo for Love and Thunder, I'm like, okay. And then he's gonna be with Quill, and like they gonna be playing. It's gonna be a lot of 80s, like you know. I'm thinking it's gonna be like that, and it was this, and I'm like, no.
Although
Exactly,
I figured that the Guardians wouldn't be that much in the film. I figured that they would be maybe 20 minutes in the movie. I wasn't really expecting them to be,
5
throughout
minutes.
the entire film. But Justin, are you picking this one up?
No, I mean, the only one I'm even thinking about getting from this line, and it's only because I'm a newer collector and I don't have a Thor yet, and that Thor to me does look really good. It's just the movie I disliked so much that I don't even know if I want that Thor. I might just go get an older one, or just hopefully wait until, like, the one I'm really hoping they release is the original Avengers 2.0 or something. That's the one I'd want. But it's just so crazy to me how they make Thor so great. And again, Ragnarok I liked, but they make Thor so great in like the Infinity War and all, Age of Ultron, all this stuff. And then like in his solo movies, it's like a complete different deal. And I do like how they tried to do something different. And I think that's what they should have done with this one as well, is like, okay, we're anticipating kind of a goofy, this type of movie, but we're going to surprise you with this type of tone or something. I think that could have made it a little bit better. And it's almost like Christian Bale signed on for something, like just signing on for complete trust because of Taika Waititi or whatever. And I think he wanted to work with him. And I think that Christian Bale, it almost seemed like he was acting in a different movie than everybody else. It was kind of bizarre, and I'm with you. I think he was the best part of the movie. I actually think the figure doesn't look, horrible, but my favorite part is the eyes and the teeth for sure of this figure. But I mean, I don't have a lot to say about the figure, so that's what I was saying about the movie. But in terms of this line, that's the one that I'm going back and forth on if I want is the Thor, because I do think that Thor looks great.
Okay. We have they were saying good night, so good night there, Miss Rosselli. Thanks so much for being here as long as you did. Lucifer saying it kind of sucks that we might never revisit this character, and
especially from the comic run. Yeah, the comic run with this character was amazing. So it's disappointing.
Mr. Danny, are you getting this one?
Hell no. Actually, I was excited too. Just like you, when Christian Bale was announced to join the MCU, I was like, oh hell yeah, another Batman joining the MCU as a villain, right? First we had Michael Keaton playing the Vulture, now we have Christian Bale playing Gorr the God Butcher. Yeah. And you're right, Justin, the comic run is so much better than this. It's a really good comic run. And it sucks because this is objectively a pretty good looking figure, like even with the joints there. Yeah. Could it have been seamless? Yeah. Should it have been? Probably not, just for the dynamic posing that this character does get into. But yeah, it's not a pickup for me. I'm interested to see the people that do pick it up, like to see how they pose it though, because it does seem like it's pretty fun to pose around and be all creepy like. But yeah, man, it's
Halloween
like one of those figures. It's like there's certain DC characters that I want made in 1/6 scale by Hot Toys, right? But then they don't make them, and then they made Gorr the God Butcher. So
yeah, Yomo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not getting it. It was at the moment. There's just a lot of other stuff that I want to get. Maybe further down the line, if I feel like I got all these heroes, maybe I want some villains. If I can pick them up for a really good price or whatever, then maybe. But yeah, I think the figure looks good overall. The joints don't bother me as much. I think they kind of blend in fairly okay, at least in some of the shots that they've shown too. Like I feel like you can get them in a pretty decent pose where kind of like this, where it's kind of not as bothersome. I think the head sculpt on it looks great. That was like one of the first things that I thought, like taking the head sculpt and put it on like one of the Dark Knights or whatever, like how funny that would look. But yeah, not for me at the moment. Maybe later on down the line, because I didn't mind too much like the character. I thought like you guys were saying, this was more of the better characters of the film. So it's a no for me at the moment. But
all right. So I'm gonna move on to the next one here. So so this is the Mandalorian Super Commando announcement that we got last week, and this is from the Ahsoka line. Now, I'm going to admit here, I don't even remember seeing this character in Ahsoka. Apparently, he's in is he in Clone Wars or Rebels? One of those, because I haven't watched the animated shows either.
Yeah.
He's in Clone Wars.
Yeah. So when they announced, it, I was like, oh, he looks pretty cool, but I don't remember seeing him in Ahsoka. But looking at the
it's like a few seconds.
TV figure file, TV series Ahsoka, studio distributor Lucasfilm / Disney. Series premiere was on August 23rd, 2023. The reception there from Rotten Tomatoes, 86% of the critics liked the film, 70% of the audience liked it, as far as the show itself. And if you were interested in buying this from Sideshow, it's $265, expected to ship between January through June of 2025. Like I said, I don't have much input on this. You know, the figure looks cool. I will say that. I'm not picking it up because, like I said, I don't really know much about the character, but I know there's some of collectors out there who are very excited for this because they do know the backstory, or they know more information about this particular character. And I know there's a lot of photos that has him with Darth Maul, and like I said, I don't even know the story about that, but I'll go with Justin. What are your thoughts on this figure here?
I'm kind of with you, Gio. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like my Star Wars, I'm really into Star Wars, but I did not watch a lot of the Clone Wars. I've watched quite a bit of Rebels, but I didn't watch a ton of the Clone Wars. Like, just when that was coming out, I didn't really watch it. I haven't gone back to watch it, so I can't. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't. But I tell people that so that way I don't sound stupid trying to talk about this figure. Like, yeah, man, I tell you, the season 3, episode 4. No, but
Yeah.
But I'm going to turn this over to some guys who know this a little bit more than I do. I'm not picking it up. I am picking up a few figures from Ahsoka, though. I did enjoy that series, so I will be picking up a few of those. But as a newer collector, like I said before, I'm kind of focused on like more of like the some of the main characters that I still need. So,
how about you, Bloomer?
Yeah, so I am quite familiar with this one. This is what we call affectionately the Mandalorian. And these were a group of you can call them defected Mandalorians that basically splintered off with Darth Maul as he decided to take over Mandalore, especially in season 7. So for a lot of people, this is symbolic towards the maturity, or towards the crescendo of Clone Wars and the Clone Wars experience. The funny thing about it is yes, we did see one of these guys in episode 5 of Ahsoka, but we didn't quite see this guy based on how he's designed. The kind of panels there on his head, like the cheek panels that are not red, are kind of like grayish. In the show, it's a little bit more white, like they're actually painted white. So it's quite interesting. Even there's even spikes on the top of his head that are either there or not there. Just the way that the image is kind of a little weird. And so we'll see how those play out in terms of when this actually is shipped, or we see this. And most likely, we'll probably in the summertime we'll see this at some sort of convention or some sort of show. So I'll just wait to kind of see it there. But overall, I'm very excited about this figure. I do have a Mandalorian shelf that I'm working on. I do have Jango, a Boba, and literally I'm just Mando himself, and then Bo-Katan.
Which Boba do you have?
Empire Strikes Back, so ESB,
Nice.
just a regular
Nice.
version. I should have. I need to get the one with the well, the Return of the Jedi one, but I just want that base with the Sarlacc pit. I just want that. Really dope. I love Boba as a character. I don't love him on Star Wars Battlefront 2. He's really annoying. But other than that,
dude. Yeah,
Super annoying.
it's like, bro, stop. Just go. Come on. We're here to fight with lightsabers, bro. Like, stop that.
Dude, doesn't it drive you fucking nuts when
it drives me
Boba and they're
insane.
shooting you from like 30 yards away? And like,
Yeah, and I can't see.
yeah.
I'm just little bitty Yoda, just trying to flip around. Heal my
What's the plan,
teammates.
Bloomer?
That was the worst part about that
Xbox.
game is like you would finally get the thing that like made you the Jedi or whatever, and you'd be dead in 5 seconds from something like that. It's so
yeah,
has
bro,
anybody-
like if I was a Jedi, bro, I'm pulling him, I'm crushing his lungs, like, bro, you're
Thank you.
getting that
Thank
off,
you.
bro.
There's so many other characters they could have added to. Like,
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. Sorry. Yeah, Battlefront. We need a Battlefront 3.
yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we're getting that that the I guess the port in a couple weeks here, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to kind of close my thoughts on this figure, I really do love Hot Toys' Mandalorian design so far. I don't love, the choice of single jointed elbows for a lot of the female Mandalorians for some reason, especially too with Bo-Katan and the armor. That was just like, why when they're just clothed in regular fabric? Excuse me. So it just never kind of made sense there. But overall, the design I've always loved, and I'm kind of holding out because I think they might do a female version of this, and I'm trying to keep it exactly balanced if I can when it comes to the Mandalorians. I'm trying to have like 3 of that, or 4 of that, 4 of that. Like I'm trying to keep it as balanced as possible in that shelf. Okay. I'll just kind of wait it out, but overall, I might get this.
How about you, Danny?
Yeah, man. Just because my name is Spotchka doesn't mean I'm all over this. I am excited though for like hardcore Star Wars collectors. Like Steve was talking about how he wants to put an Obi-Wan head sculpt on this and recreate the disguise.
Oh, okay.
The kind of problem you run into with this one is that you can't just have one, right? This is a Pringle figure. You gotta have to have 2 or 3 or 4, and if we don't, I don't know how much this is going for. What is it, like at least $260, almost $300?
$265.
$265, so it's around almost $300 shipped. $300 shipped to you. If you got 4 of those things or 6, it's getting pricey for you to have some Mandalorians, as Bloomer called them. So yeah, I don't know. I know that Carlos is all over this because he just picked up a Clone Wars Maul, and he's after a Clone Wars Anakin now. So I think it'll look cool in Clone Wars displays, but like depending on like if you're doing what Bloomer's doing, like you have a Mandalorian themed shelf, it'll look pretty sick, but also you have to have a Darth Maul with it, right? So it's like one of those figures that you have to have other figures with, so it just gets kind of pricey. So this is not like up my alley, just because when it comes to Star Wars, I prefer more straightforward character figures, right? Like if you just pick this one up, you'll be okay. You don't have to pick up an accessory figure with them, right? With the exception of 3PO. So yeah, not for me though.
How about you, Yomo?
Yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna be getting this one. I think it would be cool to get, but I just need to build up on my collection first, especially with Star Wars. I definitely want to get a Darth Maul. I'm trying to see if they're gonna be announcing one for the Phantom Menace this year.
Yep.
If not, then I might go down the road of the Clone Wars one, or I might just get the Clone Wars one anyways. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It was definitely unexpected because it was very briefly shown in the actual Ahsoka show. So it's completely random, didn't expect it at all. But I think it's really going to be cool with the Clone Wars displays with Maul, and if they army build them. And I've seen like there's like a custom throne for the Mandalorians, and that for Mandalore that you could put Darth Maul on, which I think with that and the combination of these, like next in with that, and if they did a Savage, and they have another Clone Wars figure coming out that Maul goes up against around this time. I don't want to spoil it if you guys are gonna watch it, but they've announced it. Hot Toys has announced it, so I think it would be to have like, all those and like display it. I think it would look absolutely sick. So,
Okay.
definitely excited to see what people do with it. Maybe I'll get it later on, depending on how my Star Wars collection goes. But yeah.
And that's what I like about this Ahsoka line is because, you know, there's people that there's some of these figures that people are wanting to put in their Clone Wars displays. There's some people that want to do Rebels. There's some people that just want to do the live action. Bloomer just gave a great idea since I already got the Commando, just doing like Mandos. Like, I do like the versatility of the line because I feel like there's something there for everybody, which is pretty cool because this line's just getting massive and it's only going to get bigger, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Definitely. We have Christian Cooper saying, I might pick this one up. Would pair nice with my Clone Wars Maul.
Definitely.
Clone Wars goated. Austin Nicholas agrees with that.
I'm
Clone
looking
Wars
at it
definitely
from
is goated.
the perspective of. No, sorry to cut in on that,
Go ahead,
but
go ahead.
I'm looking at it from the perspective of these are historical characters. You know, Mandalorians. You know, these are things from damn near from the past of Star Wars. Like, you know, like these are very like ancient warrior race of people.
Yeah.
And that's how when it comes to that, I want to try to get the best and the most like intricate designs of them. So you bet your ass I'm getting Sabine Wren. Because I want to have, you know, as many as of the most, you know, uniquely designed Mandalorians that we can get. But I also have space limitations and there's only so much that I can get. So I'll be thinking to add some more to my room soon enough. But again, I think that's the kind of draw for a lot of these Mandalorian figures. It's just the overall individual design, and I think you can really tell the story of the universe. Like, there's so many great figures that don't have a lightsaber attached to them, and so many great characters that don't have the Force attached to them that continue and deserve to be highlighted. And, you know, I'm glad that even for just 5 seconds in the TV show, that they were able to get the love that they deserve, because these are really cool designs.
Yeah. We have Christian Cooper saying they need to make a Savage Opress hot toy.
It's Maul's brother.
Okay. Isn't he kind of like I mean, I could be wrong about this. Isn't it kind of like yellowish?
Yeah, he's like the same color scheme, but just like a muted yellow.
Okay.
He kind of like got the same color scheme as like Bosk, if you will. You know Bosk? Well, my dudes know Bosk, but I don't think Gio knows Bosk. But yeah, he's kind of like highlighter color, if you will. Just a little darker.
For all of my Invincible fans, it's like the same energy as like the Mahler twins, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Nick's Collectibles is here. What's up, y'all? Thank you, Nick, for being here. Really appreciate that. Saying hi to Nick. Nick Collectible saying the remaster of the OG Battlefronts are coming soon. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
Christian Cooper saying same here, Nick.
PS5, sorry.
So hyped for that, says Christian Cooper. Austin Nicholas, no jetpack feature or flight pole. Sad face.
Yeah. They're just counting on you, knowing that you're a Hot Toys collector already. I understand the reticence with that, or the annoyance with that, because they're making an assumption that isn't for a lot of. It's going to be for at least a good group of people not going to be true. This might be their first figure. You don't want to just make the assumption, but it's clear that they're assuming that either you have those and you're just ready to go. They're like, yeah, exactly. Also, like, you got plenty of light poles, bro. Chill out. Like, that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Austin Nicholas is saying they like you got plenty of flight poles.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the. I think we're done with the Hot Toys news or figures that have been announced in the last week or so. So we're about to enter the fantasy figure zone, right? So I asked all of you guys in the panel individually, and I asked you what is a figure, 6 scale figure from Hot Toys or INART that you would like to be manufactured if it hasn't been done so already, or a 2.0 or a 3.0. So that's why I asked you guys, and you guys submitted your choices there. And we're all collectors here, so we have plenty of characters that we would like Hot Toys or INART to manufacture, right? So there's plenty of characters there that we can go to. But for this week, for our new members, I'm going to start with them first. So the first one here is Late Bloomer, and he said that he would like a Storm X-Men from the comic. Actually, you tell me, Bloomer, which one would you prefer as a fantasy figure?
This one right here. This as you have it pictured. This is what when the word storm is said to me or I say it, this is what flashes through my mind. She is a integral part to the X-Men team. And not only that, she is one of the best and greatest representations that we have of characters from the continent of Africa. Obviously we have Black Panther as well, but she carries a lot of that mantle, and a lot of people don't understand that or know that because they don't have the exposure to the comic book lines, the comic book stories that have preceded before some of these live actions and animated shows that we enjoy today. So this is the character that I would love to have in my collection. I'm already working on kind of like my favorite iterations shelf of X-Men. So the same thing I'm kind of doing with my Mandalorians, I'm doing that with my X-Men. So I have the So Toys Rogue and the Gambit. I had the Days of Future Past Wolverine with the classic head sculpt. I have Deadpool, which is he's hanging on for dear life because the suit exploded. The ankle joints have exploded. He is holding on for dear life. I got him for cheap, like because I already knew that was like both of those figures. In the second one, less so, but both Deadpool figures were not getting a really good rap because of the issues with the materials used for the suits. So I just decided to get one that was just destroyed. But yeah, I'm building my own X-Men shelf, and I this is a figure that our character I looked for immediately. Like, do they have this? When I first started 6 scale, I'm like, I looked for Tobey Maguire and I looked for this character. I feel like those are the two characters I looked for first. It's like, do they have this? And to much of my chagrin, they didn't have this. We don't have this at all. So I'm really just asking for anyone who's got the talent who wants to do it. Mars Toys, y'all making a lot of Batman shit. I love Batman, but damn, I want to see what else y'all got. What else y'all got under y'all sleeves? Because you making all the damn Alfred, and you make all these damn Batmans, right, fucking making plates and shit, food on them. I want to see what else y'all can do. So, I'm excited for what the future may bring. But yeah, this is a figure I wanted to bring to you guys tonight was Storm.
Nice, thanks so much for that. Yomo, you're a big X-Men fan, so what are your thoughts on this character?
Yeah, man, I'm all for it. All the X-Men, I would love to see it. I'm excited to get to a point where we are getting these figures and these more X-Men characters. It seems like we're off to a good start this year. Hopefully it'll continue with Hano, whoever wants to do it, Hot Toys with the movies coming out. But yeah, I'd be all for this. I'm all in on the Hano Arena at the moment, so definitely want the whole team, like definitely including Storm. So I'm all for it. Yeah, this is a great choice.
Danny, how about you?
Yeah, dude, Storm's a freaking badass, man. I remember Storm was like my introduction to Storm was the X-Men animated series as a kid, right?
Yeah.
So I'm all over that. I would love. I've been on about cell shading for animated characters, right? Give me that like animated look right on the shelf that represents like that artwork style. So I don't really care what company would tackle it. That sounds like a Mondo project, but yeah, man, do that. Give me the entire team, honestly.
See, I want that. I would want that, but with seamless, and it feels like they can't get that paint.
Not with
work.
Mondo, right?
Yeah.
I don't just in terms
Let me
of
ask you
scale
then,
in general, like the format.
Would it bother you if it's like almost like statue like and almost like maybe like a power pose and doesn't move much? But if you had that like, because how often do you repose?
I'm getting more into the habit of it. I would say probably on like every 2 months, 3 months, I'll go back in there, but it's not. I wouldn't consider that regular, or a routine.
Are there exceptions, right? Because there's like, what is it, like Queen Studios 1/6 scale Catwoman on the Batpod?
Yeah,
right? That's an exception for me, right? If I didn't pick up the Catwoman, I would have gone with that. It doesn't move, I guess, but it looks good.
Spotchka, it really would depend on the pose that they would have. Is that something I can like live with? It being just that being the capture thing, maybe
so if it was a 10 out of 10
her
pose,
being, flying in the air and lightning or something like that. That might get me, and I'll be like, okay, well, she can be the centerpiece, and then I can build around it. It would just depend on a lot of factors.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
How about you, Justin?
Man, this is a great choice by Bloomer, man. Like for real, because this is as I was saying earlier with the Wolverine movie coming out, we were talking about X-Men a little bit. Like my first introduction to this character was the animated series. Like I grew up with that. Obviously the Spider-Man animated series, all that stuff. So even the arcade game, like if you were, grew up in the time of arcades, when this arcade game was incredible. Like I do love this iteration of the character. I love the outfit. I think this would look incredible on the shelf, man. So if they ever did something like this, like I said, the Mondo figures look pretty good. To me, they're a little pricey for what you're getting, I guess, but they look really good. And the only one I have, I've picked up a few of those X-Men 97 like Hasbro figures. Like I picked up that first wave, and even though it's a different version, it's still the same outfit for the most part. And that figure looks really good. Again, it's not 6 scale, but yeah, I would love to have this figure. This is a great choice. And yeah, man, I definitely want this now.
All right, let's look at the chat real quick here. Let's see. Already saw that. Austin Nicholas says, "I can't wait for the damn game." I think you're still talking about the
Battlefront.
Was it the Battlefront? Yeah, Battlefront. Let's see. Mine is Danny Spotchka Avatar needs to be made. So there you go. Austin Nicholas, a Bloomer. She would be so beautiful. Let's have faith in So and present that they nail this goddess. Lucifer saying, I really like the mohawk look.
Yeah, it's cool.
Austin Nicholas, this white suit is my favorite, but the mohawk look definitely is a standout. Just an incredible choice. Yes, definitely.
And that's the one from 97, right? The mohawk, because that's what the 97 figure. That's what that one has that I had. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Gio, but I was just like the 97 version I got of that Hasbro one has the mohawk, so I'm assuming that's that's what. Yeah, so.
Then we have Dilo the Collector dropping by. Hello to this amazing panel. I'm here to spread the word. Dune 2 is a masterpiece.
Man, this movie is saving lives, right? It's changing lives. I'm seeing people like I'm changing religion. I'm
right.
I'm getting rid of my Spider-Man in my collection. I'm going full into Dune. I'm like, what happened to you when you walked into the theater? That's what I'm thinking right now.
It's an experience. You are experiencing Arrakis, which is the planet that you see in Dune. It's an amazing movie. And then Dilo, I know you just drop in right now, but I actually talked about Dune 2 for a little bit at the beginning of this, but yeah, definitely watch it, guys. Watch that.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. I at work, I never have my customers talk to me about movies like ever. And I had 3 customers this morning talking about Dune without me. Like I was just over doing something else, and they were like amongst themselves talking about Dune 2, and I was like, this movie's fucking everywhere, bro. Like everyone and their mom is talking about this movie, bro. So
the only thing now is that people might be overhyping it now. Like I don't think it is, but it's just like people are just praising it so much that now you have all these high expectations of the movie. And now you might go in there and be like,
This
That's how
goes
Joey
back
felt,
to my
like-
point of mid, okay?
right?
Because we've been treading through mid for so long.
Yeah.
When we get some bangers, we go crazy because you can't stop talking about it. Like that's what I think Daniel's Spotchka's speaking to. Is like when we get something like this, it's a cultural phenomenon. It's in the zeitgeist right now.
Mhm,
Oh, yeah.
mhm. Definitely.
How Deadpool
Austin
and Wolverine
Nicholas.
told you, man.
Austin Nicholas saying, So Toys and Present Toys are both coming out with an X-Men line.
Don't get me started on so. All right, there you go.
Yeah,
50 pre-orders deep, baby. Like, come on, drop something first. Then maybe I might pre-order another thing. That's kind of how this works.
Yeah.
How you figure saying hello to Deal the Collector. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. I am seeing I'm seeing it this week. Yeah. There you go. Lucifer saying some light up eyes with Moon Knight is what Lucifer is saying right here. SpongeBob Squareball saying, hi, gentlemen. Hello there, Mr.
Classy?
Thomas. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And I am having you on my show soon, so I'll give you more details later, Mr. Classic Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Lucifer saying this figure would definitely be amazing. So that was Late Bloomer's fantasy figure choice there. Let's
Good
move
choice,
on
dude.
to
Thank you.
Justin's choice. Now Justin picked a 2-pack.
Oh shit.
So got John McClane and Han Gruber from Die Hard, the first film. Take it away, Mr. Justin.
Yeah, man, this would be like one of my all-time dream figures right here. Like, and the reason I had to do the 2-pack is because they're just both iconic. You know, I mean, obviously, we got Bruce Willis dealing with his health issues and stuff, which is super sad. But this is just such an iconic character to me, and it's a movie that I watch at Christmas every year. But it's a movie that you can watch any time of year, so I feel like you could have it in a lot of different displays. You can even have it out with your Christmas stuff. And
It's a Christmas
Alan,
movie. I'm sorry.
no, I agree with you 100%, man. I agree with you 100%.
Deal with
Anytime,
it. Deal with it.
Anytime it's on, I can watch it though. And Alan Rickman, like I said, rest in peace to him, but just an iconic villain, like still to this day, in my opinion, one of the best villains on film. And I just think that this would be a lot of fun. I think I think this would sell really well. I think a lot of people would like these 2 characters on here. And as much as I would like, because I'm a huge fan of the movie, like seeing other characters, I feel like if you could get these 2, that's all we would need to show like Die Hard, but yeah, I would just love to have these, and we'll see, maybe one day. But
Anyone had any thoughts on Justin's pick?
It's a good pick, man. Really good. I'm surprised Die Hard has not been a IP that's not been made in a 1/6 scale, right? It's another one of those IPs that, like, if you're having a conversation with somebody who doesn't collect, like, oh, do they make Die Hard figures? Like, oh no. They're like, really?
No.
Yeah. So that's a good pick.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
In like 10 years down the line, if let's just say INART is doing more like it, because it seems like they're into doing more like obscure, like one-off figures, right? Like Paul Atreides, they're doing Christopher Reeve's Superman. That's not really a figure that gets remade often. So I'm interested to see if like the Die Hard or some of these like other classic action movies get represented in 1/6 scale. Good pick, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Anyone else have any thoughts on Justin's pick?
Man, my mama love her some Bruce Willis, and I love her some Bruce Willis too, man. Die Hard is one of the most classic action films ever. The plot is very simple, straight to the point, but there's a lot of interplay between the protagonist and the antagonist here. When it comes to the pop cultural zeitgeist, whether it's Bruce's lines in the film, or if it's Alan Rickman falling from the building, there are so many different iconic scenes and iconography that comes out from Die Hard that, again, like the fella said, it's almost mind-boggling that we don't have at least these two figures already. The fact that we're even talking about fantasy with these two figures is kind of mind-boggling. I would love to have at least one of these guys. I understand what my man is saying here, in terms of if you have both of them, complete line doesn't be complete, and you can have it in one DTOF. Like it wouldn't take up too much of a carbon footprint to complete the line for this one film. But yeah, maybe you could have some goons, some guys in balaclava, whatever, but other than that, this would be complete.
Yeah, when I messaged Gio about it, I said, I don't know if they already have these and then we had to double check, because I was like y'all, I was like, of course they got to have something, but the only thing I've ever had of it, aside from obviously like movie memorabilia stuff, like figure wise, was they did a Funko Pop line, and I have some of those, and I still have those. But and you got all of them. You got Carl Winslow, I can't remember his character's name, but you got they had him, and you had they went kind of deep with that Funko line. So I was like, man. And then nothing 6 scale though, and so now that I'm into 6 scale, like this would definitely be something I would just day one easy for me. So
being over here and then seeing how those guys over there get down, it's like you guys make everything. They make everything. Like, and then when I heard they actually have like landfill mountains of these things, they had to destroy, blow up. That's when I'm like, yeah, you guys make way too much of this shit.
Yeah.
Justin, did you hear of an idea? It's been several years now, but did you ever see an idea that was floating around online about a new Die Hard movie that was going to star Bruce Willis and a younger actor playing John McClane as a young version in the same movie, that they would go back and forth within the film?
I had heard
would you have liked that?
No, I would hate that. But I understand why people do that. There's already brand recognition there, so it's a business at the end of the day. We don't like it as fans, but it's a business at the end of the day. And I know that that having Die Hard is going to get people in the seats at least opening weekend, maybe. But I wouldn't have liked that. I mean, Bruce being in it would help. I mean, I actually liked Live Free or Die Hard, the one with Justin Long and Timothy Olyphant was in that one. That was a great movie.
I like
the one that was the one after that one was, in my opinion, just not very good at all.
I didn't bother watching it.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, Live Free or Die Hard, I think, did it about as well as you could do the legacy type movie, bringing back an older John McClane, and I thought they did that really well. It was him adjusting to the and again, technology moves so fast now. We watched that movie today and we're like, oh, this is what they're dealing with, the new technology or whatever. But I would just like to see more, not only straightforward action movies. Bloomer said it best, a super simple plot, get some good actors in there. I want to see more movies like that. The only problem is theaters are only going to want to put the big $100-200 million movies, and a lot of this stuff's going to streaming or TV shows now.
Theaters are closing, man. You know, and they need the big stuff so that they can compete.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying with this movie is I want to see more figures from, and I know there's some out there. I saw Sylvester Stallone's doing his own figure line. I saw those Clint Eastwood. I want to see more of 80s, 90s, to early, these action figure movies would be really cool. I would definitely be interested in collecting more of those, at least more of them.
All right. Anyone else have any thoughts on this, on Justin's choice here before we move on? Let's look at the live chat. I think I saw a couple comments in there. Let's see. Lucifer saying this figure would definitely be amazing. Austin Nicholas saying Live Free or Die Hard was fantastic. And actually, when that movie came out and then it got a PG-13 rating, I was a bit concerned, but it ultimately didn't impact it. So it's a great, entertaining movie. I love that film.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next fantasy figure choice, and it's going to be Mr. Yomo's pick, and that's Namor. What are your thoughts there, Yomo?
Yeah, Namor. So yeah, I don't know why or what happened with this whole line. The movie, I enjoyed it. I thought that he was a big standout and an awesome character to watch in the film. I think getting the figure like this with the way it's shown in the picture, with get it with a crown and without the crown and all the armor and the spear, and if they could like do the even throne that he was in the Talokan city, I think that would be an awesome piece. But definitely a figure and a character that I would want in my collection. I'm not sure at this point if they're gonna do it. Maybe later on down the line, they may do like a different version of him. If he goes through like maybe an outfit change, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's maybe just too much seamlessness, or if I know that the actor has gone through some allegations. I heard something about. I don't know where that's at or what's going on with that.
That was months ago. So
I haven't heard anything about that in a while.
So I don't know, but there's still like, besides that, there's still like a lot of other characters that we could have gotten, definitely in the Wakanda family that we haven't gotten figured out. So definitely a figure I would love to get, and all the Wakanda characters, Koye, M'Baku.
Yeah, I want my black people and my flying Mexicans, bro. That's all I want. I want my black people and my flying Mexicans. If you can just give me that, I'll be straight, bro. Like that's where we're at, man. Like just give us that support, because these characters are amazing. Namor was amazing. He was fantastic. He was one of the reasons why we enjoyed that film. For whoever the people who did enjoy the film, he was one of the reasons why you enjoyed it. It was seeing that underwater city, Atlantis, but Talokan. You see them, and you see how they, live their life. That whole experience of going underwater was like, I know people felt like they was drowning, because I think that had came out, and then the Avatar had came around the same time. It was just like all these water movies is everywhere. But other than that, man, I would love to have this guy to have fully seamless bodied, imposing villain, if you will. Yeah.
Just like this right here. Just like this photo here.
This right? We got this.
And if they did just the base with the shark head, just scale it down. They wouldn't have to do 6 scale. You could you brought it down just a little bit, just to make sure it could fit into people's stuff. But this would have been an imposing figure to have, and I'm hopeful that it could still be rendered out at some point.
Yeah.
And anyone else?
Real quick, even the you got the cousins that you could do of him. I personally liked Riri and her suit, the Ironheart suit that they showed in the
Yomo. If you told me before the film came out that there was going to be an iron suit that was going to have legit screen time, and Hot Toys was going to say, nah, you would have been able to slap me on point right there. Because
we're getting so many Iron Man figures. Like, come on, like it's a new, like I get it's not like Tony Stark, but like it's a new.
They handed them out like Skittles. Cool. Okay, you get the silver one with all the pieces. You can add all the Lego pieces. You get the red one. You remember that red one that you like from that one movie? Yeah, we got that. You like that green one? We like it's Skittles with Iron Man. Skittles. And I'll even say that too for Spider-Man. It's like Skittles. Here, you want this one? This one? Like, people just want one character for this guy, like one iteration of this guy, and people would be happy as long as you do it correctly.
Yeah, it was weird that they didn't make anything from this movie besides the Black Panther Shuri figure. But Namor was really cool for me. I prefer. I'll wait to say what I prefer for my fantasy figure, but Black Panther 2 I didn't enjoy as much as Black Panther 1. I don't blame the movie per se, just because of the tragedy that they went through.
Yeah.
But Namor had a really cool outfit, and it's strange to me that like they released the Black Panther figure but not Namor. So it's like, who are you gonna pair it up with?
Right.
You're gonna throw it in the Black Panther 1 display. That's
right.
That's the tragedy of the whole thing, is that you're gonna have to throw that into a display that's already existing. You can't create a new one.
Yeah, I thought it was a tad disrespectful from Hot Toys to not do more figures from this movie.
Yeah.
At least the Queen Ramonda. Give me an Okoye, just because I'm watching The Ones Who Live right now. I love me some Denai. So it's disappointing, right? Because
You can't tell me she can't sell, because that 3-0 figure is still doing numbers in terms of people searching for that Michonne figure and paying the toll for it. It's not a cheap figure.
Right.
It's old. It's got some sculpting issues, some paint application issues, but people are chasing after that damn thing.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me she wouldn't sell. Like,
Dude, an Okoye literally would sell so freaking easily. Not even just from this movie, but think Endgame, right? Because she's on the poster, right? There's a lot of people who just want.
It's so universal. You can just say in Marvel Cinematic Universe. You ain't even gotta say where it belongs. You just say MCU figure. That's how much she's shown up. And then it's like fucking 4, 5, 6 different projects that the Dora Milaje have showed up in. It's just like, bro, this is the Marvel Stormtroopers. So just do it.
Right.
Nah, man, they're too focused on giving you the Skittles Iron Man figures.
Yeah, I guess. Keep the lights on.
Any other thoughts on Namor from anyone?
I agree with what Yomo said. Like, I think Yomo said it. Like, this is almost in a way like Namor's movie in a way. Like, I mean, he really is. Like, they kind of follow him along. So for them to not have this figure is interesting to me because of that. Like, and again, I think this look right here would be super cool. I don't know how they would, like Bloomer was saying with the base. I think got a ton of opportunities with this movie, especially with the different battles happening in water, a little bit above water, on like ships, on land. Like, you could have a ton of different display and base options. So yeah, and plus Angela Bassett was nominated for an Oscar, so
she killed it.
So that's another character that I think that would be kind of cool to have. So
and I thought she was gonna win too, but
I thought so too. I forgot who won that year, but I thought she would win.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Oh, for
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
Yeah, really quick to wrap on this. I just wanted to bring this one up because we see figures like Gorr that came out, and like that whole line, we got literally just nothing for this one. Just Jerry's Black Panther. It's crazy. It's crazy. I try
to remind people that all the time, because we get caught up in critique and what do these figures look like? The Ahsoka line, whatever people want to say. If you like Ahsoka, you love that show, you are eating right now. You are so fed. You're just passing off plates. Like, bro, you sure you don't want some? Like, I'm good. Like, you don't want this?
You're at dessert now at that point.
Yeah, like they're having 4-course meals over there, and then somebody like for Black Panther, or let's say even the Spider-Man 2 video game line right now. People thought that was going to explode, and we got a few things here or there, and it's kind of like, or either other lines of Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, right? A New Hope, or some of these lines, and some of these other lines are just one figure. Like, just that's what Yomo was saying. I think that's what I'm trying to articulate is like, let's just always keep that in context when we're talking about figures and we're talking about why this person wants this, and that don't sound like a good idea. It's because that person feels underserved or underfed, and that's why they're saying I want this, because all this other stuff is not feeding me, it's not serving me.
Right. Definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna move on to Danny's pick, and Danny picked I guess it's more like a 2-pack as well. So we have Aquaman.
Nice.
There you go,
Both
Danny.
kings of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now I went. Bloomer, you laughing, bro? I went with the shirtless one too because I think of that scene with Bruce Wayne in the Zack Snyder Justice League movie, right? Where he's got there. But I think of also like the promo images back in the day where they were teasing Dawn of Justice with the trident, right? So give me that look. I don't know, it looked cool just because of all of his tribal tattoos, but also Atlan's armor too would be really sick. I'm not happy with what they were doing with the original Aquaman figure. It's got that like spongy, like sonar suit Batman, right? Or like a Spider-Man, like some of their figures are like that rubbery material. Give me like something that's, I don't know, like it doesn't have to be rubberized, right? The suit in the movie doesn't look rubberized, so don't make it look rubberized. I would want INART to probably tackle this just because of the artisan, right? I know.
I was about to ask you, yeah.
I was about to say, like, you know, we've had that high standard, right? But I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to have a high standard Aquaman, just because I did have fun with both movies. I think that Lost Kingdom was a little overhated by some. It had a dumb plot with the whole, you know, possession thing, but everything else was pretty solid in that film. So it's strange to me that we only got a Black Manta from that movie, but not Aquaman, right? Like the titular character. Like you said, Bloomer, like they like to make these like one-off figures that it's just like, what the hell? Like, you're giving us every single Ahsoka
and then you
figure.
cherry pick the most like random person from the film to represent that line for you. It's like this is representing your company now. Like, let's put the main character first. Like, damn.
Yeah, and no disrespect to anybody who has that original Aquaman figure. It's like the head sculpts is whatever, but it's like that hair, right? It looks so 2012 Hot Toy standard, right? Like if it came out in 2012, it'd been like, damn, like you were saying earlier, this is some legit this is a cool
figure, like, right? You would have saw that 10 years ago. Oh my god, like
right. Now I'm like, man, hell no, this looks no, man. Jason Momoa deserves a little bit better respect in the Hot Toys department than that.
Yeah, where's my eyeball function?
They don't want to make this. Daniel, you know that they don't want. They want to make Lobo. That's who they want to make. They're like, do we want to do this? That's why I think they're gonna let INART make the best in like pound for pound version of this character. That's why I think it's gonna do it. They're gonna root him. They're gonna rolling eyes him. They're gonna give you a nice base, and they're gonna make people pine for you know, Amber Heard and her character. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying. But they're gonna want to. They might start their own line over there with Aquaman shit, and then you get those two characters or those three characters, and then you compare it with your Black Manta. Then you got something there. You got a little mini Atlantis there going. So I could see that. But yeah, this is Aquaman is a very interesting character, not in terms of just, you know, his story and his background, but also how he's been covered and how he's been treated in this new cinematic universe. And a lot of new fans are coming into this, and they're like, okay, Aquaman's been like a kind of running joke for eons, like generations, and for them to kind of flip it up and give us Jason Momoa as Aquaman, it subverts your expectations visually, and so it actually calls upon the audience or the person to at least try to take it seriously. You know what I mean? More than Mermaid Man or Barnacle Boy, right? Like you can't take Mermaid Man seriously. Like, come on now, bro. Like, you know, but you can attempt to try to take this character seriously. So I hope INART does it for a lot of reasons that Spashka said. I'm not quite sure how they would want to tackle the suit material. You might want to do like a mesh type of Justice League Superman material, and then have it orange or yellow on the top, but have like the silver underbody to bring out that lighting. They might want to do something like that. Who knows? But it would be cool.
I'll take it up a level and do like some sort of panel, right? Where it's like panels of like the scales, right? Because that's how the suit looks in the film, or at least like the costume design. So it'd be cool if they could I mean, that just screams action figure to me, right? Like level up the levels of the panel, like the scales. That way, like every time you're moving it up, that also looks like the scales are moving up. So
yeah.
We have Collector Joy that just dropped by right here. Says,
"What's up?
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm late. I've been cleaning up from an unboxing. So thank you for being here now, Collector Joy. Really appreciate that. Then just saying.
I know my man drowning in boxes over there.
Oh yeah.
He gotta be tossing them things over there now.
Lucifer saying here, the cartoon was great as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Austin Nicholas saying Aquaman and the Justice League cartoon was great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that the Justice League cartoon was like Philip's kiss. But you wouldn't take Aquaman away from that. It starts to get like, where's Batman at? You know,
Right.
like.
Anyone else have any other thoughts on Danny's pick?
No, just that I would like to get a. I saw that it's even Patrick Wilson's character. What's his character's name in this movie?
Orm.
Patrick Wilson. Yeah, I would like to see that. I thought in this last one that came out, I thought that'd be a cool figure too, man. And that was kind of it almost was like a buddy team up, and so I would like to kind of see both of those on there. And so yeah, this is a good pick too, because I think we haven't. Again, I'm newer, so I don't know if there has been one, but I really like Jason Momoa in this role. Like this is the one I think I'm gonna, other than Cavill, maybe is gonna be the toughest to see get recast, like when they eventually do it down the line. So
doesn't Zio have a third party figure of Or?
Yeah, he does have that third party
Does,
Orm,
right?
and it does look really sick.
Yeah,
but I'm right there with you, man. Justin, I would kind of want a representation. It's weird because some suit designs I prefer from Lost Kingdom versus the first one, except for Black Manta. I think the suit looks better on Black Manta in the first movie. I don't like the swim wetsuit. Looks like he's a scuba diver without the tank. Yeah, no, not big on that one. Yeah, no Mara, no Willem Dafoe. Just give me Jason Momoa. Prince Orm and Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go into mine now. I'm a big fan of the original Matrix film, so the 1999 film.
Yes.
So I would pick Trinity. I have the Neo Hot Toys. The first one, like I said, is my favorite film. Among other like Star Wars and things like that. But one individual film that I find to be my favorite of them all is that first Matrix movie. And there's only one Neo that Hot Toys has manufactured. I heard some things online that INART may actually do one eventually, but I need a Trinity because I have that Neo, like I said here, and I would pose her just like this. And I would like to get a few cops.
I don't want to cut into it, but don't they have two, right? We have the
they have two Neos.
Well,
no, right, yeah, right.
It doesn't count because the movie was water, was fucking trash. But I understand what you're saying.
Right,
that iteration of Neo.
Yeah, I know exactly what you meant, but I wanted the one from the 1999 film, not the.
Gio actually really liked the Resurrections movie.
The Resurrection.
So hold on, wait one second.
but yeah, Trinity. Yeah, they haven't made a Trinity as far as I know, so that's the one that I would want for sure. Yomo, I know you're a big Matrix fan. The first one. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
No brainer. Be 100% in. Yeah, the Trinity is awesome in this, and if you could actually get her in this pose, I completely agree with you. I would just leave her like that, probably, honestly. But yeah, I really hope that we can some from maybe INART. I don't know if Hot Toys will do these, but Yeah, I want everybody, man. I want Neo, Trinity. I for sure want a Morpheus. Morpheus is one of my favorite characters. With the chair, the pills, glasses, everything. Do it. And even, of course, Agent Smith, if you want to throw in the other agents or whatever, too. I'd be all in, man.
There were other agents.
All this other stuff can go.
Even the twins from Reloaded.
Reloaded, yeah.
How would we want them?
Man, Reloaded was my jam. I liked the first Matrix, but there was like a grittiness and like I don't know, like the plot to it was something like I connected to, but I think I can connect to it more as I'm older. seeing them in the cubicle and shit like that, and being in cubicles. Like I can probably connect to it now that I'm older, but it's just off of first experience. It's fucking Reloaded, bro. He was over there in the middle of that park after he was talking to the Oracle and all them and the agents came, and he was just handing out ass, bro. That was like life changing seeing that moment, and then like all of those action scenes. Like now, I know that the CGI has probably aged horrendously, but I was like, bro, I wanted it in a video game right then and there, bro. And I was like, I want to do what he's doing with the controller. I just want to beat the shit out of agents for like 10-15 minutes. Now
that video game was real. They had a video game that came out. Like there was one that came out, and it was fantastic, man. Like I loved it, and
they did a decent job with it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Matrix fan. I love the whole trilogy. Like I had to see the first one. I saw that one at home, and then I remember the hype for Reloaded. And at the time, it was the highest grossing like rated R movie of all time. And I just remember that when that ended and you had to wait for Resurrections in November, because I remember the Reloaded came out, I think, in like May, and then that ended on like a cliffhanger. And you know, you had to wait till November. But yeah, dude, I would get every single one of these figures from this line. This is a line of figures that I would get everything. Like no joke. Like I would even get the Keymaker, man. They put the Keymaker out there. I'd get the Keymaker. Okay,
just give him
He's fiending, bro. He's like, give me anything.
with the whole set of keys.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Well, I want I want that, like we were talking about with Reloaded, like that whole highway chase scene to me is just masterful stuff, man.
Give Trinity the Ducati motorcycle.
Like, I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about Morpheus doing the roll. Car going past him, the katana and the machine gun, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yes. When you think like early 2000s cinema, that's what you think about.
Yeah, dude. And as great as Keanu and Carrie-Anne Moss were, dude, Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus was like the soul of those movies, man. I loved Fishburne in those movies, man. That was like to me like an iconic, like the whole movie's iconic to me, and this is one that I'm excited to see because I would totally get every figure that comes out of here. I just think the Matrix is just such a great trilogy, man.
I'd suggest a Jada Pinkett Smith figure, but in light of recent
Jane figure,
in light of recent activities, I would have to vote against that. But I would love a Ghost and what's her name? Niobe. Yeah, I would love that. They also made a video game kind of focusing on those two. Enter the which was actually I think was a mechanically better game than the Path of Neo game. Like because that one actually you could, if you put in a multiplayer cheat, you could like actually fight against each other. Like it was a hidden
multiplayer cheat. What?
Yes, it was like a hidden mode in the game. You put a multiplayer, you put a cheat into the, you know how they do. They give you codes and you put the cheat in, and it would unlock like the fighting mode, and you can go against each other. So like Neo wasn't in it, but everybody else was. From what I can remember, I think Morpheus was in it.
Wouldn't be fair with Neo being in it. So.
Yeah,
no,
so
but one of the games, the one you were Neo, and then I remember the one that came out before that, you were like I forget which characters you were, but you like anytime an agent would come on there, like you couldn't even fight the agent.
Ghost
like,
you just
is that what? Yeah, that's it. That's it. There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the game was like so ahead of its time. It had like driving sequences and chase sequences, and like I remember as a kid, I was like, "Nah, man, I know I can shoot a damn agent. I'm just." And they just can't hit him. You can aim anywhere. I'm like trying to shoot him in the hip, like where the body is. We moving his hip like that's impossible, bro. You can't do that.
And if you go rewatch that trilogy now, like now with all the we got all the Marvel, like we got all this stuff. It's like we're kind of getting, I think people are like really wanting something a little different, like a different flavor. I think that's why Doom 2 is resonating so much with people. Is it's just different enough to where it feels fresh. I think if you go back and watch the Matrix trilogy now, even though Revolutions got all kinds of hate when it came out, I think even now, if you go back and watch it, you're like, dang, man, we didn't know what we had when this trilogy was coming out. Like, this is just fantastic stuff. And I think the original Matrix for me is like a masterpiece. I'm with Bloomer though. Like, the hype that I remember and the nostalgia comes from Reloaded. Like, the whole hype for that movie was just.
Bro, I remember
incredible, man.
like getting dressed to go see that. Like,
Exactly.
I don't even remember that for Spider-Man. I don't.
Yeah.
I remember getting dressed, watching the commercials, and like asking my parents, like, "We ready to go to like we going? Let's do this."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was really excited for that, bro.
I was so into the Matrix that I was so into the Matrix during that time that I was watching the Animatrix, man. I bought the Animatrix.
Oh,
when
I
it
bought
came
that
out.
too.
was
I
pretty
bought
good.
that too.
Dude. Just
Man,
watching all that stuff, dude.
This had such an
Yeah.
awakening for like just style for people, man. For like the next 15 years, people were just
Bro,
wearing-
kids are dressing like this now. They got the all black,
Well,
yeah, the jacket
now
zip
it
up,
takes a whole different
bro.
meaning, but
You know what I'm saying? Like, the kids are dressing like this now. Like, they beat them to it. Like, they were
I was about to say
20,
late
30 years-
'90s or early '90s, whatever. If you were dressing like
Yeah.
this and it was like silky, like that, like shiny leather, you're like, oh shit, Neo's in the building, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bro. Telling you.
Let's see here. Oh, we have Clinton Martin driving by. Howdy,
What
folks. How you doing there? Thanks so much for being here, dropping by. Listener saying, I had so many people try to defend that horrible movie. I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
Matrix.
But,
It's Matrix.
oh, the Matrix, really? Okay.
That was the last one that they
Newest
just
one,
did.
Resurrections.
Oh,
and-
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
The last one. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you see, Gio, he was like, "Oh yeah, he had to remember they even made that because he blotted it out of his mind so effectively."
He took he took the other pill where he forgets that movie. He went back to his life.
Exactly.
He remember none of it.
He went back to his life, bro.
Austin, I haven't wanted to watch that movie. So, Austin Nicholas saying, a third-party company is coming out with all three, and I think I might have seen that. I'm just kind of hoping for INART because like I said, I thought I heard something that they might actually do something. Probably not anytime too soon, but I thought I heard something.
If it ain't
going on
Present
there.
Toys, Mars Toys, and I already
think
talked
one of
about
them's
So,
Present.
so I ain't gonna bring them.
No,
Yeah.
so okay.
I look
One
at Zach
Morpheus,
over here
Neo,
looking
and
like
Trinity.
Neo.
Yeah. Now you didn't even get that jacket,
Farewell.
bro.
I actually have it. It's just too tight.
Hey, Zach, hey,
I got the
Yomo,
reloaded one. What's
what do
up?
you need? Figs. Lots of figs.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Austin Nicholas just clarifying here: Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity, and the third-party figures that are coming out. The CGI is so bad with that Agent Smith fight scene. Awesome to see though. So yeah, it didn't age well at all. So yeah, definitely there. All right, so that was my pick, Trinity.
Good pick,
Hopefully
dude.
that comes a reality, but we'll see what happens there. Okay, so I think we're all caught up with the chat, and okay, so now we're gonna get into the keep, gift, or destroy. So Late Bloomer and Justin are playing this game. I'll read the instructions in just a bit here, but when you make your decision, you don't have to do it right away. So I'm gonna reveal each figure one by one. I'll give you a little bit of time. If there's any comments in the chat, then we'll read them, and then you can make your decision, right? So let's go ahead and begin here because Danny and Yomo, they've played this game before. So this is the first time that you guys are doing this. So again, this is a keep, gift, or destroy. So if you keep the figure, it's going to be three of them, obviously. Keep, gift, or destroy. Keep, it's a figure that you can keep forever. A gift is a figure that you can admire as much as you like, but from afar, and would have to gift it to someone outside your household if you already own the figure or it's coming to you. Destroy is you destroy this version of this character, all existing and future ones. This figure will never exist for you. Details are going to vary depending on the player. So I'll give you more details individually there, Justin and Late Bloomer. So you guys have an idea of how this will work, right?
Mm-hmm. Just
Okay.
play this with my boys all the time, but it's just different titles. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with you, Late Bloomer. So
All right.
here's your first figure. So you get the Miles Morales from Spider-Man.
You're evil, bro.
Now, if you destroy this Miles Morales figure, you're destroying into, across, beyond any version of this Miles Morales. So if you decide to destroy this, that's what that means. Your second figure is the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man limited run Hot Toys figure. What is attached to this one is any previous or future limited run Spider-Man figures, whatever it would be. So if you destroy this, that's what this means. And then your last one is Moon Knight. So if you destroy this, obviously there's only one Moon Knight that we've had so far. So
yeah.
So those are your three figures. Now I always try to find
about Moon
something.
Knight. Does that destroy Mr. Knight as well?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose so.
But does that count? That's separate personalities.
Yeah, yeah. But let's go ahead and just count it as one. So that's that's what that means there. So like I said, I try to find figures that you may struggle a bit, but I may not always get it right. But those are your three there, Bloomer. So let me see. Okay, so looks like there's no comments right now, but just some time for you to decide which one of these would you keep, gift, or destroy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with choose the destroy for the Moon Knight.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. And I have like screamed from the mountaintops for this figure. I've been on multiple streams. I will die on a hill for this specific figure. I think it's fantastic, but in this three assortment here, I've got to destroy it, sadly.
All right.
Damn.
So it's destroying Moon Knight. So then you're left with the one that you're going to keep or gift. So again, that was the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, or the Miles Morales. Into, across, beyond. Looks like we have a couple comments there. Lucifer saying this is difficult. Austin is recommending this. Keep Miles, gift the limited run, destroy Moon Knight. So you already did one of those. Just like Austin recommends here.
Yeah, I'm probably going to.
Lucifer saying,
Yeah,
keep Spidey.
I'm going to keep Miles, and then I'm going to gift the limited run Spidey.
Okay. All right.
That was tough. The limited run Spidey is, I feel like people who may not be like me or specifically just into all things Spider-Man are going to feel this way about Miles, but they will feel probably a great deal for the comic book Spider-Man because of the swap out eye lenses that you get, the camera that you get with this, and the new colored, the textured webs that come with it, and then the 3D weird 3D forced perspective base that comes with this. I would think like that would make for such a great gift for somebody, especially somebody that may not be a 6-scale collector. They got all of that. I think they'd be like, whoa. If they got Miles, I think they'd be overwhelmed because they'd be like, well, what do I display him with? You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that because I'm keeping it for my damn self.
Okay. Lucifer saying, keep Spidey, gift Miles, destroy Moon Knight. So there you go there. Any of you guys, what would you choose here on late bloomers choices there? Yomo, let's go with Yomo first.
Yeah, so really quick on the Miles, that's like that's like any version of Miles, like not just the
from the films, from the animated Spider-Man, the Into, Across, Beyond.
I'm not getting anything from the animated ones. If it was like Miles overall, like maybe, but man, I think I'm gonna gift Miles because I know like he's like figure of the year for like a lot of people, and I don't know if I'm gonna get anything from this animated one. I do love the animated films, and I've watched all of them. Great films, but not sure if I'm gonna actually collect from it. So gift for that, and then oh man, I guess keep Moon Knight, and then destroy limited.
Oh, really? You can destroy
Spider-Man.
these Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's just so many like there's so many Spider-Man, and I don't know. I think I would be okay with destroying this one over Knight because Moon Knight is like a standout, and like you don't really get Moon Knight. So I feel like Spider-Man you can get other versions, but Moon Knight is kind of like his own. He's one of a kind. So at the moment, at least. So
Okay. How about you, Justin?
Destroying Moon Knight for sure. That was not easy, but like I
Right.
would out of these three, that was kind of the easier one for me. So like with the Miles Morales, I couldn't get Miles G Morales either.
Correct.
All right, man. I probably that dude. That's the figure from that line that like I cannot wait to get, man. I'm super excited for that Miles G Morales. But I'm gonna go with Bloomer on this one. I think I'm actually gonna keep the Morales figures because I am gonna be collecting some of the Across the Spider-Verse line. I'm actually really excited about that one. And then I'd probably gift the limited run and destroy the Moon Knight.
Okay. How about you, Danny?
I'm gonna keep Moon Knight, gift Miles, and destroy the limited run. Yeah.
Okay.
nice.
All right. So for me, I would keep this Spider-Man here, limited run. I would gift the Miles Morales, and I would destroy Moon Knight. I mean, the Moon Knight figure looks really, really, really good. It looks cool and everything.
Yes.
I wasn't a huge fan of the show, and I don't have any, connection to the character. Like I didn't really grow up with the character or anything like that. So that's why I would say destroy Moon Knight. On my end there. Everyone else was able to go and choose one of these, right?
Changed my dude's pose, man. I was looking at him like he been in the same pose for like 2 months now. His leg is up, it's like bent, and I'm like, I might need to switch that up.
All right, so that's it. So that was late bloomers. Keep, gift, or destroy. We're moving on to Mr. Justin. We got a comment here. 1-6 figure focus. Very early here to drop a like. Thank you so very much. 1-6 figure focus. Thank you so very much for being here. I think it's the first time that I see you on here. So I really appreciate that you dropping by. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go to Mr. How You Figure. So here's your first one. So we got Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. Keep, gift, or destroy. It's really only connected to this Catwoman. So I guess you wouldn't have to worry about any other Catwoman. So you're good there. Your next one is Darth Vader from the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi.
Jeez.
This one is connected to every Darth Vader. So every single Darth Vader is connected to this. Anakin, no, but Darth Vader, yes.
I was like, you could have fucked him up with that Anakin. You could have said Anakin included.
I could have. I didn't want to make it too difficult, but we'll stick to that one for now. And then your last one is the Spider-Man 3, Toby. So that's going to be your last one. That'll include all Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Damn.
So those are your 3 choices there. Justin, let me look at the chat real quick. Let's see. Oh, Aaron Collects dropping by. What's up, family? Sorry, couldn't make it. So tired right now. So thanks so much for dropping by here, Aaron. And then definitely next time we'll have you on. So thanks so much for dropping by here right now. I said I'll catch the replay. So there you go. All right. So those are your picks there, Justin. Have you made your decision?
I think I have, man. As much, I've been hyping up that Catwoman, and then, Danny showed it to me. He kind of talked about a couple of the issues. I've seen other people's videos. I see the issues there. I still would love it because I'm excited to build. I just got the DX19, so I really wanted it with that, but I'm gonna have to destroy the Catwoman.
Oh,
oddly enough, just because there's just, if it's just that one figure, so like,
okay.
I gotta say bye, it hurts, man. But
destroy.
But I gotta, and I can't wait for that Vader. Okay, I'm super excited for the Vader, but Toby's my guy, man. Toby's my Spider-Man, and so I gotta gift the Vader, and I gotta keep Toby. I gotta keep Toby, man. It's just
okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping one day they start releasing some more.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, yeah, that's too. I mean, but again, I know that you're probably thinking like, well, you could collect a bunch of different Spider-Mans. There's only one Vader. I totally agree with that. But again, man, everything's new to me. Like, I don't have a big collection, so like, if you had to ask me today which one out of those three I'd want the most, I would love to have Toby Spider-Man. So,
see, I don't know why I thought that you would say that you would keep Vader, and then maybe gift Toby. Catwoman, I figured that you might end up destroying her, but
I think it's just because I feel like to me the connection with the Raimi trilogy Spider-Man movies with Toby, like that. Like, I was growing up like watching those movies, so there's like more of an emotional connection to those movies and to that character than necessarily, and again, Vader's iconic, but that's what went into that decision, and plus I could gift that to a friend, I can gift that to some people, I could go visit that Vader from time to time, say hello, so.
All right, so there you go there. Let's see, Bloomer, what would you pick?
So we have the symbiote suit. We have Return of the Jedi Vader. Oh yeah, that Catwoman getting destroyed. I love me some Anne Hathaway, but she getting she's getting taken out back, like old Yeller. Gift. Sheesh. I'm gonna gift that black suit Spider-Man. I know somebody liked that movie. I didn't. So I'm gonna send that one off, even though it's slightly inaccurate of a figure, and I'm looking to buy this one, so I'm definitely gonna keep this Return of the Jedi Vader, because I think this is going to be, everybody's getting caught up and they drinking that Anakin Kool-Aid right now. I'm letting them have their fun, because when this one come out, this is gonna be the Vader, the Darth Vader. Return of the Jedi. So
I agree. I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. And so I can still have the Anakin Vader.
It's on the way. I mean, it's available. I think there was like a SKU that still could be pre-ordered, but people are starting to get them. They're starting to ship out from Sideshow. So I think it's still within that window if you can get it. And not have to pay an exorbitant price to bring it in as well.
No, and also the game as well, though. Like you said, I couldn't. It doesn't affect Anakin Vader, so I could still get that Vader.
I guess technically, since technically he's still Anakin. Well, he still kind of looks like Anakin. So I'll say
it's
that
wouldn't
apply.
Christensen's likeness.
There you go. So I would say that you'll be okay with that. Yeah.
All right, there we go. I think I made the right, because I gotta have a Toby Spidey just for the.
There you go.
Yeah,
I had to work. I had to find a loophole, man. I had to find a loophole.
Yeah, that one
somewhere.
was tricky, right? Yeah, because it's like technically it starts.
But I'm with Bloomer.
Anakin. Yeah,
I'm with Bloomer 100%. I cannot wait for that Return of the Jedi 40th Vader. Like, that's one of my most anticipated figures this year. That, like, I'm with you, man. Like, and this one that just came out is incredible too. Don't get me wrong, but this is the one that I cannot wait to have.
That's the one that I pre-ordered.
Return of the Jedi used to be, until I got up with you guys in this community, and I went and looked back at it, because I had never really kind of, wanted to really review that in that sense. I was already kind of stuck in my ways, if you will. But Return of the Jedi used to be my favorite of the original trilogy, and now I'm gone over to Empire Strikes Back. That is, to me, my favorite, the most iconic of the three, because it just has all of those lines. Luke, I'm your father. Like it has a lot of that stuff, and the heroes lose, which is so bold as a move for a movie. So again, like that's just my perspective on it. But this right here, I think I have to have this one, man. I done suffered and dealt with the damn Sideshow schlock, if you will, for as long as I can. Now I need to get me the real deal. So can't wait for this one.
Danny, how about your thoughts?
This one's tough, man. I'm gonna keep Catwoman, right? To destroy Darth Vader, because I think a good representation of the character, you know. Because if you get a dark side Anakin, you technically do have a Darth Vader, right? And then I'm gonna gift Black Suit Toby.
All right. How about you, Yoma?
All right, man. This is evil. This is evil, man. Like we could just destroy Catwoman. Sorry, get her out of here.
Look, I know I got a hot take. I know.
I feel you.
But that's just destroying the character of Catwoman. Like, this isn't subjectively like the best figure, right? But like the character of Catwoman, like that's like me saying like never getting a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. So
shit, I told you we talked about this. You know, I told you I wanted a Zoe since day one.
Yep.
I wanted this. I'm like, I was like, if you asked me when that the 22 figure got announced, I was like, if you asked me if I was gonna get it, I would have told you right then and there. If they do Zoe, I will. And they haven't.
Yeah.
So
maybe they will someday.
Yeah. And then the let's see, man, so evil. So for the Vader, Kenobi Vader counts. Is that correct, or he doesn't count?
Kenobi Vader does not count because it's technically Anakin still.
Okay. All right. So I gotta keep Toby. Toby, sorry. Toby's just, he was my guy. My Spider-Man growing up, and still my Spider-Man. With all the films, even this one. I mean, the fact, I mean, I did like this one. I mean, the sculpts, I would probably just use a regular Spider-Man sculpt and maybe like try to see if you can put this sculpt on like actual tailored suit or something figure and have them doing like dance or whatever, just to like joke around. But yeah, I mean, this, like the fact that it would be all Toby's, I couldn't do that. Like, especially if there's a possibility that they might go for the 1 or 2 version. Gotta keep Toby and then gift Vader, just because Vader's cool and all, but the one that I'm interested in would be the Kenobi Vader, just because, you know, again, that was Hayden Christensen, that was the Anakin that I grew up with, so I would be more interested in having that one, especially battle damage and that look and how cool it looks. If that one counted, then I would have to keep Vader and gift the Spider-Man. But if we're doing it that way, then
okay. For me, I'm going to keep Darth Vader. I'm going to gift Toby. And sadly, I'm gonna have to destroy Catwoman. Very, very sorry there, Danny. But
damn, and we love you, Anne Hathaway.
Yes, so that was my choice there. Okay, any other thoughts on
poor Catwoman, man?
No, Danny, I've been hyping up this Catwoman, man, for so long, and I feel like I wanted, you know, just again, man, I'm with you. It's like, it's tough. I think this game is all about trying to find that edge, trying to find that loophole, you know, like,
right.
I have this version. So I tried to do that, man, but it pained me to say bye to Anne Hathaway, man, but you know, it was tough.
But she's gone now, so there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's it for the keep, gift, or destroy. So, okay. All right. So now this is the last thing. I know this stream has run really, really long. This is the longest that I've done a stream like this before. So, so we're gonna do the figures talk a matchup. So it's going to be Bloomer and Mr. Justin. Okay, so I'll read the instructions here in just a bit. I'm going to pause this because I need the other sound that we have here. Uh, so let me read the instructions here, guys. So again, this is Figures Talk matchup. Now the whole goal is to get eventually to Danny in the championship, so that you could dethrone him. Now it won't be tonight, but you two, Mr. Bloomer and Justin, will duke it out. And here are the rules. Okay, so it's best out of 5 rounds. First to win 3 rounds. Okay, so this is the way it works. So I have a little timer, so I'm gonna click the little timer. It'll be like a little ticking, like a clock. So that's when it begins, and then I'll either pick one of you guys to start. So it begins like this: as soon as the time begins, the first player is to think of a figure from a specific manufacturer, Hot Toys, INART, etc., and shouts it out or states it. Their opponent must now shout out another figure from the specific line that was selected. Be specific in the figure. For example, state Mando Luke, not just Luke or not just Luke Skywalker. If the line selected for a particular round is for all manufacturers, you must specify the manufacturer as well, as the character. If the manufacturer comes from a third party and you don't have or you don't know the name of the character that the company used, for example, Dragon Toys uses Mr. Freeze. They call it Dr. Zero. Either name is fair game. So if you remember it or not, as long as we know what it is that you're referring to. Either name, like I said, is fair game. It then goes back to the first player, and it's up to them to shout out another figure. It will go back and forth until the time runs out. The purpose is to not be stuck in thinking of a figure when the buzzer goes off. There will be at least 3 rounds, like I mentioned, and up to 5. Each round is 30 seconds. Whoever wins 3 rounds first wins. Once a figure is shouted or stated in the game, it cannot be used for the remainder of the game. Even if we go back to, let's say, a similar line, if you already used it in another one, you can't use it again. And then, obviously, this is all just for fun, so we're gonna go and do that. Now, do you guys need like a test run? Like, and I can do like a little test run if you guys want, or are you guys ready to go?
Up to you, my man. How you figure?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just ready to go, but I mean, so when you say a line, like if he shouted out like No Way Home Doc Ock, now we're just naming off No Way Home line, like Hot Toys No Way Home line.
Well, it would be more like Hot Toys, and then some franchise like Star Wars, let's say, Star Wars, Hot Toys. So then you would state a figure from the Star Wars line that is a hot toy.
Okay.
And then you just go back and forth like that. Or it might be a little bit more specific, like only prequel Star Wars hot toys. And then you just go back and forth. You say,
and then at that point, we're just going back and forth on the different figures in that line, right?
Right.
All
Correct.
right.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you think you guys are ready, or we need a test run? Like a little practice.
It's up to you, Bloomer. What do you think, man?
No, let's get into it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Let's do it, gentlemen.
I'm with you. Let's
we got multiple rounds, so if the comeback needed to happen, we got
yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is what you're gonna hear when the timer is running, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when the timer goes off, you'll hear that. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go and begin. Either one of you can volunteer, or I can just assign who can go first.
Just assign it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with Bloomer. So I'll tell you what the line is right now. So hold on a sec. Okay. Okay, so the line is 6 scale female DC characters Hot Toys line.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go with Wonder Woman.
Hot Toys.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Hot Toys. Dark Knight Rises Catwoman.
Ooh. You said DC, right?
DC female. Yep.
Harley Quinn.
Hot Toys. Flash. The new Flash Supergirl.
Ooh, man, you good. Let's see. Oh.
Justin got the point.
GG,
right.
gentlemen.
Good one.
So, How You Figure has 1 point. So you guys got it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be like that. So Justin 1, Bloomer 0 so far. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Hot Toys from TV shows only. I'm sorry. No, hold on. No.
Yeah, it was going first.
Okay. Since you started, right, Bloomer?
Yeah.
Okay, so then Justin, you'll start.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Starting now.
Hot Toys. White Suit Ahsoka.
Hot Toys Wanda from WandaVision.
Hot Toys Vision from WandaVision.
Hot Toys Loki from Loki.
Hot Toys Sylvie from Loki.
Damn. I'm laughing over here about to lose. Fuck, I can't think of it right now. Fuck. Couldn't think of it right now.
I was trying to help you out there, bro.
Straight up points at Bucky.
I was pointing at Peacemaker.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he funny.
So 2 points, Justin. All right. Okay, so Bloomer went first, Justin went second. Okay, so then we'll go back to you, Bloomer. So you'll begin this new round, okay? So far it's 2-0. Let me look at the chat here. You just have LOL on Lucifer. Okay, so let's see. The next one is, so Bloomer will begin. 6 scale figures either. 6 scale figures that were either announced or released in 2023 Hot Toys.
Hot Toys Venom.
Hot Toys Commando.
Hot Toys Sabine Wren.
Hot Toys Mandalorian Luke.
Hot Toys Chopper.
Hot Toys Batman with Armory.
Hot Toys Batman 22 or 2022 Pattison.
Hot Toys
Bloomer, you got it.
All right.
Bloomer,
come back. You coming back?
All right. So Justin 2, Bloomer 1. All right. So let's move on to the next one here. Okay. So who started last? Was it you, Bloomer?
That was me. So it's going back to Justin.
Oh, okay. So Justin, you'll start this new round.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 versus 1, or 2 and 1. The next one is going to be, where is it? Okay. 6 scale 1990s character figures, all manufacturers.
Hot Toys Val Kilmer Batman.
Hot Toys Robin from the same movie.
Oh man. Hot Toys Qui-Gon Jinn, Phantom Menace.
Hot Toys Darth Maul from Phantom Menace.
Hot Toys oh man. 90s.
Look at the screen.
Yeah, dude,
I was about to put my shades on again.
blanked out.
Yeah. Ooh, I had it. I had the next one. I think I do.
Two,
Yeah.
2. We're tied. So whoever wins
Hey.
this next one wins. All right.
That one's tough, bro. I'm like, hey,
You
barely.
need to need some water.
I know.
towel.
Phantom Menace was 99. I barely even had
Yeah.
that one. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to think about it for like a second. I was like, wait, oh yeah. So it's kind of like that.
Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
All right, here we go. So whoever wins this round
Oh.
wins. Okay. So here we
All
go.
right.
Star Wars original trilogy Hot Toys. Who went last? So you, Bloomer, right?
Yeah, it would be me this time.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
So original trilogy Star Wars Hot Toys.
Yes.
I'll go with Ben Kenobi.
Return of the Jedi Vader.
A New Hope Luke Skywalker.
Hot Toys. Bespin Luke.
Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett.
Hot Toys. What can I think right now? A New Hope Leia.
New Hope Leia. Oh damn! You took me real quick. Man, time.
Yeah, I'll give it to Justin.
Mhm.
So Justin got the point.
Well done. Well done.
All right, so there you go. So Mr. How You Figure won the
good.
Figures Talk matchup. So
I got
there you
lucky
go.
on the time. If it would have just been naming the figures, Bloomer would have killed me with ease, man. It would have been like just an absolute bloodbath right there.
All right, so thank you guys for playing here. So Justin, he moves on. So later on, I'm not entirely sure when, but in a couple weeks or so,
Yeah.
I'll do another matchup with a couple of players, and then they're gonna duke it out, and then whoever wins that, then they'll go against you, and then after that, whoever wins that one, they'll go against Mr. Danny Spotchko.
Spacha's kind of like the top of that like ladder on Mortal Kombat, isn't he? Like,
Right, exactly.
they keep going up the
Gauntlet.
yeah.
Yep, he is
Power.
the champion. He is the
Get
champion
over
right now,
here.
so there you go.
Test your minds.
All right, so that was it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Greatly appreciate that. Today it like I said, it went really long for some reason, but glad that you guys are still here. I know it's late for most of you guys, so really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to Yomo. What do you have going on?
Nothing really. Appreciate you having me on. I don't really have much going on YouTube. You know, I put up the shorts for anything that's getting usually announced or released, just to kind of share the hype and see what people are talking about. Other than that, that's mostly it. I did my first picture on Instagram. One of one. I don't know what I'm gonna do another one, but that was cool. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on and being on every show so far. It's always fun. And again, shout out to Shane 16 Figure Focus for the figure. He popped in the chat, so thank you to him and Ian, because Ian, Agent Silver Fox, donated the figure to the channel. So
Nice. Yeah.
greatly appreciate it, and it's an awesome figure. But yeah, that's it. You're gonna I'll mostly be in the chats. I did get an invite to the Hope show. It just Shane's show. It just falls on a weird time for me because it's in the middle of my work day. So if I can make it at some point, that'll be cool. But Monday usually it's around 3:30 Eastern time. I'm not sure what the other time zones would be, but or 3 or 3:30. But appreciate you having me on, and it was a pleasure being on with you guys, Late Bloomer again, Annie of course, and it was awesome to be able to stream with Justin How You Figure. So
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you for being on again, Yomo. You've been on here every single time, so greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Where'd you get that? So have a good night, all. Thank you so much, Cody, there for watching the stream tonight. Lucifer saying this was fun. Thank you so very much. Saying good night, guys. Thank you for watching the entire stream there, Lucifer. Thank you so much. Okay, so Mr. Danny Spotchka, what do you have going on?
Man, I have a trip next or this coming up week with the Copper Drop crew, and I'm going to be meeting up with How You Figure and a few other folks down in Dallas. I'm excited for that. I had pitched the Spots on the Rocks live stream going on Monday nights. Just because of the busy schedule and the trip coming up, I've delayed that to like going after the trip's over, just so I have time to like, get that figured out. But Copper Drop on Thursday nights, not this Thursday, of course, but all the other Thursdays at 9 p.m. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on, Gio.
Definitely, Danny. Definitely. Thanks so much for being on here again. Mr. Late Bloomer, what do you have going on?
Yes, first and foremost, thank you for the invite. I always appreciate coming on shows whenever I can, and spread time out whenever I can. So appreciate you, Movie Canon, sending out the invite. Of course, spending time with my brothers on the panel and getting to meet How You Figure, Justin. It was a pleasure. What you guys can do, you can catch me. Possibly, you might catch me tomorrow. I might be on Comic Book Talk with Lael. 1/6 Scale Man, so you might see me over there tomorrow evening. And of course, you can always catch me on with my brothers at Say What Wednesday on Wednesdays, and of course Figure Flex Friday, and of course various chats and discords. Shout out to the 6 Scale Mafia Discord. So again, a lot of things in rotation, and just really excited for the stuff that we may get in a couple days time and a couple weeks time. Really, I'm sitting on some pre-orders, so I'm just waiting for Sideshow to ship some shit out to me, man. Exciting times we are all living in, and again, thankful for the invite.
Definitely, Bloomer. Thanks so very much for being on here, and I hope you enjoyed your time here. So thanks so much. Let's see, Mr. Justin, How You Figure, what do you have going on?
I got a couple videos going to be dropping this week. I don't know the specific date yet, but I have like a couple that I'm editing, so I'll upload those this week. If you want, you could check out that first video I just made, top 10 most anticipated Marvel Cinematic Universe figures of 2024. If you want to check out something recent, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I like everybody said, man, it's thank you so much for having me on. It was an honor, and Yomo, awesome getting to talk to you, man. I talked to Yomo on the chat a lot, so it's cool to talk to him. Talked to Danny a few times, but always great. And Late Bloomer, man, awesome talking to you, dude. I could talk to you for hours, man. I love your energy, and I always see you on Lael's stream, so
appreciate you, brother.
That's a great stream too. So I would just say also, like, check out everybody's videos, man. The community's been so welcoming to me so far, and without people like you, Gio, like inviting me on, man, it'd be kind of, I'd just be in the chats, which is great, but it's nice to kind of get on the panel and get to talk to people in person and stuff. So I'm truly grateful for the kindness that's been shown to me so far. So I appreciate that.
Definitely, Justin. Thanks so much for agreeing to be on here. So I know you guys have your own lives. It got really late, especially for a lot of you guys who don't live in the Pacific Standard Time zones. So thanks so much, all you guys here, Justin, Bloomer, Yomo, Danny, for being on here. Really greatly appreciate it. And then the live chats, if you're watching in the replay, thank you so much for watching this as well. Try to do different things with the streams, do little games and things like that, and on top of all the other news that a lot of the channels talk about. As the show is not anywhere near as good if I was to do this by myself. So again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. So I think that's it. So that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you guys on time. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Hi guys.